What is going on? What is going on? It's your dude, Mr. International Passport, here again for episode 2 of the Passport Bros show, the hottest thing on the block right now. Awesome, awesome. So, press a 1 in the live stream chat if you brothers can hear me loud and clear. How's my audio, brothers? How is my audio? Please. I'm here. I- I'm hearing feedback. Is that you? Is it coming from you, Theo? Oh, I'm a picture. What is going on? All right, hold on, hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Okay, no, now we're good. Now we're good. Now we're good. So that was on my end, Theo. All right. So brothers, press a 1 in the chat. Awesome. We good. We good. Fantastic. So brothers, when you come in, brothers, I want to say a huge thank you to all those that support the channel over the past couple of years. Your support has been greatly appreciated. And welcome aboard the new people. I accept and I embrace you with open arms. When you come in, please like the video, please hit the super chats, please hit the PayPal, and of course, please cop the merch and join that Patreon for behind the scenes intel on foreign women. And of course, please, please, please book your IT consultations to let me help you get into IT. Let's get things cracking. So, you all know who Theo is, okay? Theo WAF, the legend. Theo, give us a brief intro about yourself and how, and we're going from there, brother.
Okay, guys, good to meet you guys again. The second night we've put this series. It's pretty good. So I'm Theo WAF. I am a IT cloud security professional. I've been working with security since 1997. I started my career in Japan, and I've been Passport Bros in 1991. I saw the situation back then, and I was like, I'm out. I'm done. I lived 1 year in Russia, 1 year in France, 16 years in Japan. I've been to over 40 countries, and I've been, 10 countries where I've been there at least 2 months or 3 months. And I speak 4 languages. I'm self-made, no affirmative action here, no, what can I say, at least for work, that's for sure. I started my career abroad, so of course there wasn't any specialty for me over there. I have well over $1 million in assets right now, a rather high salary. And I teach other men how to do what I do. So how to work in cloud, actually get outside the country. I'm trying to get out of the country again right now for myself. I teach you guys how to be a passport bro, how to date the woman of your dreams abroad, how to meet her, and how to get married. Make some children. It's the best thing that we can do right now. I understand what the West is, and I don't like it. So I'm going to leave it again. So that's who I am, and I've been working with IP here for 2 years now, over 2 years.
Yes, over 2 years.
Yeah. So it's good. We're doing the work of helping to improve the lives of Black men and helping them to actually escape the matrix and become passport bros and actually date amazing women abroad. So that's what I do. I mean, I don't even date in the States, in the West. It's impossible. I refuse to do it. The quality is just too low. I just don't do it. Nah. It's like I got a BMW in Germany waiting for me, but people expect me to drive a used Ford with 250,000 miles on it. Here, I'm like, no, I don't think so. Sorry. I'd rather just walk. I don't need that. I'll Uber. I don't need a woman like that. So again, guys, we're here to talk to you and to make your lives better. So talk to us anytime, and we'll do what we can.
Awesome. Thanks for that incredible breakdown, Mr. Theo WAF. Incredible breakdown. Much appreciated, bro. I'm IP International Passport, one of the founder members of the travel movement, or what you call Passport Bros, that is going to a big international Passport Bros movement. Very happy with what I'm doing here, but we still have work to do. So let's get things cracking, brothers, right? There are 2 particular themes I want to speak about in this live stream. And it just proves my point why the Passport Bros movement is literally the life-saving movement for men all around the world. It's particularly when we're dealing with Western women. So let's break it down by the first issue, right? in the past week or so, popular celebrity host, actress, whatever, loudmouth idiot called Keke Palmer has been going viral for dancing with another man on an award show, grinding on him, smiling, and to make things even worse, dressing like a 304, even though she's a mum and got a man at home. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you the video as to what we're talking about. And, you know, just to explain and get it through your heads that Western women have reached the point of no return. There ain't no saving them and there ain't no coming back. You need to go foreign and you need to get that passport. So I'm going to share my screen, okay? And I'm going to, me and Theo are going to discuss this particular information here in regards to Keke Palmer. Okay, so give me 1 second, brothers. Let me share my screen real quick. Share screen. Okay, so Theo, let me know if you can see my screen. Hold on. All right, can y'all brothers see my screen? Can you see it, Theo? Okay,
Yeah,
so let me play the video, okay? So let's see what happens here. Theo, I'm going to go to you first, Theo, right? Can you explain to us the 1,000 things that are wrong with what we're seeing here? So this is Keke Palmer, right? Let me pause this video. This woman right here, okay? She is married. No, she's a single mom. No, she's not a single mom, sorry. She's a mom that has a boyfriend at home, okay? So she's taken already. She's got her finger on the ring, so to speak. And she is grinding over another man, right, in an award show. And she's also a mum. And to make things worse, right, look at how she's dressed. Look at what she's wearing. It's like looking at a 304 right now. Look at this. Look at that. You know, Theo, what are your thoughts about that, brother?
I was absolutely disgusted. And at first, I didn't know who this person was. So I just thought it was some random single woman who wasn't in a relationship. And, she's grinding on Usher. Right? It kind of made sense. And then when I found out that she's a baby mama with a man at home, and then she's doing this, I was just looking, I was like, you've got to be joking. Because clearly the moves that she's making there, this is like, don't even take me to a hotel room, just do it now. Like right here, it's fine. Like go for it. Like that's how it is. That's the vibe. And it is absolutely horrible. Like this is disgusting and it's horrible, but also that she is there without her man. So I have a woman in my life and she's in Slovakia right now, and she's a Ukrainian refugee, but we've known each other for a long time, and we're still talking about marriage, and we go on and off. But I talked to her about this. I showed her the video about it, and the first thing she said was she obviously brings shame to her parents with her actions, and there is no way, she said, even if her man was bad, there is no way that she would act like this and dress like that and be like that single by herself in any kind of situation like this. It just would not happen. She has enough respect for herself to not do that. So that was the first thing she said. And then she's like, secondly, she has me. So without a doubt, she wouldn't be there. And if we were to go out and see to a concert, she wouldn't be grinding on a guy like this. If anything, like, I know her very well. She would be with me in the back with some wine and some, seafood, because she's a vegetarian. So she would sit there with seafood and she'd just be listening, but she'd be leaning against me. She'd be, cuddling with me, and she had no desire to talk to any man at all. She doesn't, nobody. And she doesn't expect me to be with any woman either. And she was basically like, where's this woman's self-respect? Where does this woman draw a line? And then that she's a single mother, she was like, impossible. Like, that's just beyond horrible. Like, she should be at home, like, doing something, like building. And she's not. And so I was like talking to her, I was like, yeah, I can tell you, like, you're definitely not Western. She's like, yeah, the West is lost. And then she turned around, she said, this is why Ukraine gets so many Western men, even with Russia attacking and dropping bombs. They would rather have Ukrainian women than women like this.
Yo, let me stop straying here, man. Theo WAF broke it down to an absolute T. When I saw that video myself, I just thought, what is going on here? I know the West is bad. I know Western modern women are terrible. But to actually go on a platform, okay, where you have your boyfriend at home, you're a famous singer and actress, you're grinding on another man on TV, and to make it worse, you have a child at home and you dress like that, brother. It is the biggest disrespect a man can ever get, in my opinion. One of the biggest disrespects, brother. And it just enforces my point as to why I became a passport bro many years ago. I saw the writing on the wall. These Western modern women are uncontrollable. At this point, they may be just as bad as the devil himself. To keep it a stack. To keep it a stack.
Well, at least the devil can control himself and he's organized. Like, there's no organization here. I mean, honestly, they can't control themselves. Like, you saw that. Like, that's out of control. That's like, you're kind of sitting back there, waiting back, and you're like, where's she gonna go for it? Like, is it gonna go further? Like, you're kind of wondering, like, okay, are they gonna cut over to the side so she could do what she needs to do? Because that's what she wants to do. So, I mean, no, the devil doesn't go that far. He has standards. Like,
And you know what, right? To make it even worse for you, right, it's the reaction we're seeing from this, right? In a perfect world, if a woman did that, everyone should shame her. What are you doing? You got a man at home. You got a child at home. Why are you dressing like that? However, I'm seeing and hearing the complete opposite from her peers. Modern women her age, the mainstream media, they're all coming for a boyfriend for calling her out. Because her boyfriend called her out and said, what are you doing? You have a child at home. You a mom. The Western media is going after him. Oh, you're a bad person. You're controlling. Blah, blah, blah. Brother, what is going on here? Break it down for us, Theo.
I was reading the comment section, and I was reading what Black women were saying in particular, and they're talking about how she's going out living her best life. And I was like, what? Like, that's your best life? Are you serious? Like, that's best life? Oh, we're done. Like, I'm just like, look, ABW, do you continue to sell tickets for airlines? Like, do you get a commission or something? Because you make more passport bros than we could ever make. We just get them after you make them. We just like kind of process them. You make them faster than we could ever do it, because they keep on reinforcing this bad behavior And there is no way any man with any standards in the West is going to tolerate this. We're going to look at this and say, what the heck? And then women are going to be like, oh, yeah, this is acceptable. No, it's not. It's not acceptable. And then they talk about control and stuff like that. I'm like, no, stop. Don't even think. We're done. Like, you can do what you. I'm not even do what you want. I don't recognize you exist. I'm out. I'm gone, dude. Bye. Out. So they again. I just couldn't believe it. My girl in Ukraine, she just couldn't. She could not believe it. She's like, where is this person's self-esteem, self-respect? Where does this person have any manners? Mothers don't do this. You just don't do it. And you don't call it your best life. No, man. No. Anyway.
Let me read this super chat because I think that there's a huge underlying issue here that is really getting to my head right now. Shout out to Mr. Intellect for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you both for the support. I literally couldn't care less what BW or West Women do anymore at this point. I enjoy them for their recreational functionality and move along. Appreciate you both for the support. Thank you very much, brother. So it seems to me, right, the powers that be, the ones that control the media, the news, and and how we live in this Western world, they want to create some sort of open relationship society where even though you're in a relationship, the man and the woman are stepping out, banging different people and coming back home. I don't do that. We don't do that.
No.
We black. We don't do that stuff. Okay? Yeah. Ain't no open relationship, demonic garbage happening around me, God forbid. But when you see the reaction to what Keke Palmer is doing right now, that's my only conclusion here. They want to create some sort of unruly society where a lot of sexual deviancy gets down. Do you agree or disagree, Theo?
Yeah, I'm starting to agree with this more often. Because this shouldn't even be published, but it's just, especially in the West, they have this weird like polygamy thing going on where it's like polyamory, where this is being accepted and actually promoted. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, really? Like, I just don't get it. And so I'm just like, okay, you do you. But it's so much in the press. You see it, so many articles. I see women talking about this, and this is what they're doing, and this is being allowed to be on the front of websites. And I'm just like, you're just digging a hole deeper into the ground, and you're expecting men to accept this and just be fine with it? No, we have standards. We're not doing that. So, okay, we're using our passports. That's it, because we're not going to try to change you, but we're not going to change our standards or lower them down to your level. I'm sorry, again, you can stay down there all you want. I don't care. But don't.
Facts, bro.
Don't be crying at me when you're 45 years old. You can't reproduce anymore. You're like, where are all the good men? Yeah, they're gone.
Facts, bro. And we're also going to touch upon the Jonah Hill stuff as well. That also ties into this as well. But let me read the super chat real quick. Shout out to Mr. Eric Mogadishu for the $2.99 Australian dollar super chat. They want men to become like Adam 22. I am reading this Adam 22 guy, right? And it is the most disrespectful, disgraceful nonsense I've seen this year so far. A lot of nonsense is going on with that dude and his wife. And I am extremely disappointed that he let his wife get smashed by another dude on camera, and he's happy about it. He's going around on Twitter saying that it happened. I watched it. I accept it. This is what they want, brothers. This is what they want. Have you noticed that not a single mainstream media outlet has condemned what Adam 22 and his wife did? They've not condemned it. They're all joking, going alongside.
I noticed.
Go on,
I noticed it too. I thought people were weird. That's his wife. You don't do that. And I was like, don't you have any decency? You don't do that. And so It's both of them. Adam 22 and his wife. They've got there's major issues. I'm like, you guys need therapy, straight out. Like, go to a therapist. Go figure it out. You don't do that, and then you get this mainstream guy like this performer, who like a lot of people know about, and you're gonna do all this stuff for money, online and stuff and publicity. Are you nuts, man? Man. Marriage is that there's a sanctity inside of marriage. You don't do that kind of crap. And so these people who are doing it, I'm just like, something wrong with you. It's not a part of who we are. We reject it. We don't want this anymore.
Brother, the Western world is a fallen society, and this is why I get very up in arms when I meet a foreign chick and she loves America, the hamburgers, the culture, city girls, Sex in the City, anything Western that she ODs on. That's a red flag to me, right? It means that am I going to have problems with this chick? Is she going to turn into Becky, Keisha, Sharkeisha, Ling Ling when I bring her back? Hopefully not to the West, right? Got to be very careful with women like that and how the Western world is going. The Western world is a fallen society. They want to have sexual immorality throughout between men and women. There's a reason why they get angry when men have standards. No male friends. Don't just like a 3 or 4. That's not an issue. Many years ago, that was the norm. Ain't that right, Theo?
Yeah, that is the norm. That shouldn't be an issue. Let me tell you again, like my girl, we're talking about these kind of topics, and she was like, she doesn't want. Okay, of course, I'm an American, and she does not want to go to America and date American men in America. And I was telling her why, and she's like, well, American men, I don't know who's born a man or not. I don't know if he's been with another man or not. Jeez. And and also he, like a lot of guys in the States, she's hearing that they pay 50%. And she's like, what the heck is that? So she's like, yeah, I'm glad I'm with you, Theo, because you were born a man and you pay the bills. So she's like, wow, that's actually pretty standard. Like that's kind of a normal thing that she would expect. She's like, yeah, I don't want to go there and be in that culture, and they can't make decisions. So she's very pro passport bros. She's like, yeah, of course, these are the guys who actually make society work. She understands it. So again, to other passport bros here who are here and who are dealing with this stuff, like this dating scene that we have in the West, the way that's going on, you don't have to accept that at all. You can keep your standards and say you're not even going to deal with that. You got people talking. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want the podcast to be flagged. But I mean, you got situations that are just outrageous and egregious. I can't accept them. So I'm like, okay, Western woman, you get to have it. That's why you get passed around. You have your university degree, you have your job, and you're a part of a man's rotation, and you know it. That's what you get.
Amazing. Theo WAF in the building. This is going to be a classic, man. Shout out to Mr. B Irons for the $2 super chat. Jealousy and boundaries as a black man keeps order. Yes, indeed, man. In my opinion, right, having boundaries and being jealous isn't an issue. They're trying to twist jealousy into some sort of, controlling aspect. Every man should always have his woman in order. No male friends. No clubbing. Don't just like a thought. That's not jealousy. That is being a respectful man that wants to make a respectful woman out of his girlfriend. Ain't that right, Theo?
Yes. That's entirely. You have to have structure. So again, I'll go with my relationship. I tell her she can't have male friends. And you notice I here in Austin, I don't have female friends. I don't run around with a bunch of women. Of course, I can't stand them, but I don't do it. I don't go out. There's a place called 6th Street here in Austin. I don't go out and get smashed alone, pick someone up and do the deed someplace. Doesn't happen. If anybody can come here, and I live in an HOA, come interview my neighbors. They think I'm a monk. They think basically like because they no woman comes over and they're aware of how much money I have. And so they're like, there's no woman comes over like, what's going on? Like, yeah, I'm a passport bro. And the same thing for her. I tell her straight out, no male friends. You can't post provocative photos online, and you can't have an Instagram, and that's it. I mean, or if you do have an Instagram, it can only be for communication online, like mine is. And so she knows my Instagram. You know, IP know mine.
Yes.
It has none of my photos on it. None.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know who I am. And it's just a place where I do like communication with other people. Hers is the same way. And even on her Facebook, she doesn't have any of her personal photos on there. So you can't even scope her out, right? That's called mutual respect. We have boundaries for each other. That's the way it is. So, I don't think that's really so hard. Not hard at all. It's called respect for each other.
Yes, indeed, bro. And me that's traveled throughout this year, right? Who went to Japan, right? And guess what, brothers? A special announcement: the Japan stream is happening this week. We're gonna do the Japan stream of my personal experience, but let me touch upon that very briefly. I was dating Japanese women, and I saw through their Instagram not a single pictures of themselves on Instagram. They're not out there showing their goods off. They're not out there being social media attention thoughts. They are keeping it respectful. Only in the West is that when these women get in the gym and they start getting some, assets, right? Keep it PG, some thighs, a big behind, flat stomach. Then when they take pictures, post it all over the internet, they're not doing that for their own purposes. They're doing that to sell themselves to the highest bidder, the Arab dudes, the Saudi dudes, the rich dudes. So she's got a man, okay, that works a normal 9 to 5 job, okay, he earns a good living, but she's not satisfied. So she puts herself out there to get the highest bidder, and she gets thrown out here and there, and her boyfriend don't even know that's happening. This is what we're dealing with in the West, and to these women, that's not a problem. Theo, how do we get away from that problem, bro? From this Western woman problem that we're currently dealing with right now in the West?
It's simple. Okay, first thing you do, guys, do this. Okay, this is how you do it. First, you deny that Western women exist. Kind of easy. Like, this is what I do. Like, so if I go out and there's an attractive Western woman, I'm aware that she's attractive, but she doesn't exist in my eyes. She's not an object to actually go out with. It'd be like I told one woman, I said, don't worry, if I'm alone with you in an elevator with a python, you'll be safe because the python doesn't recognize you as food and I don't recognize you as a woman. So you're good. All right. And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, don't worry. I'm not trying to hit on you. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing you do is you get your passport. That's it. Next thing you do, you become the best version of yourself. You study, you do IT, you do finance, you do something where you can actually work remote, but you become the best version of that. You go hardcore, you specialize, you work hard. You get your salary up well above $100,000 a year. And then you make sure you're in a position where you can definitely work abroad. You use your passport, go abroad, and you meet real women. And you engage their culture, you learn their language, you focus on one country that you really like, and you meet someone who's amazing, and then you actually have a relationship and a marriage. That's what you do. And then you think about the West as being a bad dream. What happened? Oh, it's in this place where women were like, oh, they're all twerking all over the place. What happened? I don't know. They were twerking on slaves' graves. I don't believe that. There's no way. No, there's no way that happened. No, there's single mothers were going on stage in front of thousands of people and performing sex acts. No, that didn't happen. No. That's what you do, bros.
Thanks for that breakdown, Theo. Shout out to Mr. Blackwolf for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you both for the support. Hello, IP. I am in agreement with Theo. Why turn a water wheel by hand when the current does it for you? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Great analogy there. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Umi Yedwa for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, Umi. They even shamed India Ree for telling Janelle she needs to have decorum on stage. This feels like the Twilight Zone. It's insane now. I saw that, bro. You know, I know who India Arie is. She's a legendary R&B singer. Got some good tracks, right? And she's trying to mentor these ABWs, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Cardi B's, these young chicks that feel like, you know, their ish don't stink, to keep it PG. Their ish don't stink, right? But these chicks, right, are disrespecting our elders, you know? Keep your mouth shut, old lady. We'll do what we want to do. All this has been planned by design, okay? By a
Hmm.
certain group of people. I'm not going to say their names. I'm not going to say their names. Do your own research. You know who they are. They're a very powerful group of people. I'm going to keep it very PG here. It's been designed to destroy our community because we have reached a point of no return where the black community is officially over. It's
Mm.
over. There's no saving it. Would you agree? So, Theo, would you disagree?
Oh yeah, it's gone. No, there's no coming back. There isn't. It's impossible. You cannot possibly build in the black community in the West. It's just impossible. You can only like do little patches or have little stories here and there, but it's gone. It's gone because you are seeing a flight of the best male black talent out of the community. So where did you also see this before? Let me think. Nazi Germany. You saw the best Germans leave whenever they could. You also saw this in communist Russia, right? The Soviet Union. They also the best individuals, but in particular the men, they left whenever they possibly could, right? And so you have that brain drain going on that happened for decades with China. Now it's being reversed. They don't want to come over so much, but that was going on quite a while. The United States has always served as a beacon for the source or the destination for brain drains when they're happening internationally. Now, no, you're seeing a reverse. People are not coming over to the United States nearly like the best people, the cream of the crop. They're not coming over to the United States, and you get these hardworking guys who are leaving constantly. And I remember I was in, again, I was in Central Illinois last summer. I was going back and visiting friends, and one of the things I noticed was that above the age of 25, there was a real dearth of competent men. They were just gone. There was a bunch of women, and there's some like really weak, emasculated, effeminate men around. They were just following the women. But the strong men who were competent, who actually had careers that were making well over $100,000 a year, they were almost all gone. It was empty. And I was like, here in Texas, they're all over the place, right? And it's because you see these in these basically like these socialist areas, these really blue areas. The men are saying enough with it. I don't like this situation, and they're leaving. And that's what's going on. And it's going to keep on happening, particularly for the black community. So they wanted this. They got it. Use your passport, guys. There's no reason to stick around.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Shout out to Mr. Intellect for the $10 super chat. Not going to lie, being born and raised in the West makes settling down extremely difficult. I agree. I was married, but but single now. I love Latinas and Asian, but many want serious marriage. But brother, that's exactly what we want, bro. That's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what we need and want. We need to have a serious mindset when it comes to dating right now in 2023, because it's going to get a lot more worse before it gets better. Find your
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend, find your wife now, and lock her down. If you find a good chick,
Mm-hmm.
virgin, cooperative, from a good family, the dad is in the home, she has brothers, wife her up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me tell you this, right? I fear having kids in the West. I really do.
Yep.
Because I have personally seen, right, a woman, daughters, right, turn against their dads for no reason. And I know those dads raise them right. They support the daughters, but the daughters go to high school, they go to college. What happens there? Brainwashing and indoctrination. Feminism. All men are bad. So she turns against her father, okay? And he's thinking, what did I do wrong? I've seen that so many times in the past 10 years, bro. They are pushing lies on these women that men are oppressing them. It's
Mm-hmm.
all men's fault. And I know personally that the men that I know, they looked after the daughters, the wives. They were great men. But the evil West, the brainwashing has destroyed these women. Break it down for us, Theo, man, because it pains my heart, brother. It really does.
So you have this, what they call it is breaking down the patriarchy. And they have this process of basically attacking men whenever possible and transferring the fruits of their labor over to women. And it could be by any means net possible, by false allegations, lies, setting men up, who knows what. They've been doing it. And this has been going on for quite a while. Now, I'm a Gen Xer, and I thought when I was growing up, I thought if I agreed with women, agreed with feminism, and I went along with their program, that I would not contribute to that, like, let's say, the sexism that women suffer and their suffering throughout history. And that's what I wanted to do. Little did I know that the script had been flipped on me, and my intentions for them and other men's intentions for them was actually being turned around to emasculate us, make us turn into simps, and ultimately transfer our resources to the women. And I was like, no, man, I saw this going down. I was like, no, I'm putting my foot down. This is it. No, this is not going to happen. And so, again, first, when I started joining the movement, we can say the first rule that you follow is no transfer of assets to women. And this is both financial and attention. So just stop doing that. So I stopped simping, giving them money, and I stopped simping, listening to them and their problems. And instead, I used my money and my energy for myself and got myself better. Did that, my life blossomed. And so Western women have been on this process to continually take from men, transfer assets from them, and then say that the women deserve it. And again, the other things that they're doing, again, I'm not going to mention on your channel, but there's other stuff. I sit there, I'm like, you've got to be joking me. You've got, there is no way. So I'm like, okay, why don't you go to another country and pull that crap? Go ahead. Let's see how you do it. So, like, there is this one woman, like, I called her, I said, how is your daughter? Is she okay? And she said, no, are they okay? I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh, yeah, they. Can't say she. They.
What?
Okay, yeah. So I'm looking at her, I'm like, okay. And I'm like, she was talking about how they wanted to go to Japan and study. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, you understand that Japanese grammar is not designed to reflect your political agenda. Like, you cannot speak like that in Japanese. It will not work. The kanji will not allow that. So you can go ahead and, you can send your daughter over there, who you don't know if it's a daughter or not, but you can send her over there and try to do this. The Japanese are going to stand firm, and you're not going to get anywhere with this. They're going to say very clearly, girl, she, daughter, and they're going to expect her to act like a woman. And if she doesn't, she's out. You know Japan. You were there. Yep. That's how they are. They're not playing around with you. Like, you could be a crazy Westerner, but if you don't understand what's going on, they're like, look, we know who you are. If you don't know who you are, we can take you to the hospital, and we can figure it out. we can verify that you are a human reproducer, so they are female. That's what you are, right? And she went, again, I'm looking at her, and I'm just like, you don't understand what's going on. So I'm like, okay, why don't you take your crap abroad and try it over there and see what happens? Not in the Western world, but in the rest of the world. Let's see what it's like, And they're like, oh, patriarchy, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, they're actually using logic. That's why they don't have your mental sickness. That's what's going on.
Can you hear me, Theo?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So let's move on to the next part of the stream. Okay, and that's the current Jonah Hill situation. So I'm going to share my screen, brothers, right? And to give you some context, right? Jonah Hill, the world famous actor, 21 Jump Street, funny guy, he's being vilified by the media for having boundaries in a relationship that I completely agree with. Once again, these Western women are sick in the head. I am sick of them. I swear down, bruv. I swear down, bruv. I am sick of them. So let me share my screen and Let me show you the boundaries that this man has that I completely agree with. And every man must have this boundary. Give me a second, bro. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to read those boundaries. I'm going to get Theo to speak his thoughts. I'm going to speak my thoughts after that as well. So give me 1 second, brothers. So share
Mm-hmm.
screen. Um, this one will be here. Let's go. All right. So these are Jonah Hill's boundaries. Okay. So let me go up to the top right just to give you brothers some context. So this guy, Jonah Hill, world famous actor in Hollywood. Okay. He has been accused of using therapy speak, right, to manipulate a partner. Okay. We know that's not true. Western women like this. You notice how it's the same faces, pale skin, long stringy hair, um, probably an ultra radical feminist writing these garbage articles. But let's carry on. How do we navigate this issue in our relationships? Listen up, listen here, baby girl. We are going to stop dating you, you absolute fool. But let's carry on, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
now they're bringing up a new term called therapy speak. So now we have pronouns, therapy speak, woke. We have safe spaces, all these liberal garbage terms. Let's carry on, okay? So um, these are Jonah Hill's boundaries, okay, before in a relationship. Let's read it one by one. Plain and simple. If you need surfing with men, boundaryless and appropriate friendship with men, okay, so no male friends, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, okay, friendships with women who are in unstable places. I think we've all been through that situation before.
Mm-hmm.
The best friend she has that has gone through multiple dudes, can't keep a guy. She's frustrated. She's just a useless woman in society. And from your wild recent past, beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something um, respectful. I am not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it and there'll be no hard feelings. These are the boundaries for romantic relationship. My boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust. There is absolutely nothing wrong with what he said here. Theo, what's
Mm.
your thoughts about this, brother?
Yeah, that's very normal. I mean, just straight up, and not only that, he's saying like, I'm not the right man for you. So he's not condemning her. He's
Mm,
just saying, I'm not the right man for you. Like, I should leave. I mean, I think that's totally appropriate. And if somebody says it's controlling, no, it's not. That's stating. I mean, it'd be like if a woman, as she said, going out and talking with lewd women in lewd places, or taking all your money and going to a sports bar and getting drunk, or taking the money and then gambling, stuff like this, then I'm not the right woman for you and I need to leave. Everyone would be applauding her because she's setting boundaries. Well, in this case, the man is also setting boundaries and then saying, if you go across them and they're not acceptable to you, then I'm not the man for you. There's nothing wrong with that. This is
mhm,
actually very good. It's not like he's saying, like, I want you on your knees performing certain sex acts, or I'm not the man for you. Not like that at
mm.
all.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
there's no real manipulation here.
I think the problem we're seeing here, brother, is that Western society wants to beat men into submission. They want Western women to walk all over them. So if
Mm-hmm.
a Western woman wants to get into an open relationship, you have to accept that. If you don't, you're bigots. And I'm not even capping, bro. These women, this is how sick they're going. Once again,
Mm-hmm.
if a Western woman says that she wants to be in an open relationship and you don't accept that, you are a bigot. This is how sick, demonic, and twisted the West is getting. And it's coming from the very top. This is the reason why we see issues with having boundaries. What is
Mm-hmm.
wrong with telling your woman no male friends? And if you can't agree to my boundaries, we both go our separate ways. But
Mm-hmm.
brother, even walking away from something like that is a problem. Brother, what's going on, bruv? It's all about control now. It's all
Well,
about accept her for who she is, or you're bigger. So I can't walk away if she's not accepting my boundaries, brother. What's going on, Theo? Break it down for us, bro.
well, I mean, it's the control of the man. So the woman can do anything that she wants, but the man cannot. Right? Same thing. The woman can have standards. The man cannot. The woman can do what she wants to do. The man cannot. The woman can be modern. The man has to be traditional. It's the same kind of thing. The woman can be overweight. The man has got to have a six-pack and like a Greek god body, right? Which we don't have that. I definitely don't have that. So if the man isn't doing this, then he's condemned, but the woman is to be embraced at all times. And I'm just like, you've never created a situation in modern history where Western women are going to die alone in mass. I mean, you're going for it because there's only so far that men can take it. You've actually gone against basic male biology, and in particular, that's with polyamory. It's not going to work. And so, again, particularly when men start making money, polyamory is no, it's gone. So these women who are doing this little pipe dream, they're going to end up very lonely. This is it. I do also believe that it's from the top down, because it's being permitted and not condemned. I mean, at the very least, it should be not shown on TV. But instead, you have social sites, you have social media, you've got internet, you've got television being used to promote not only these whack views for women, but their what can I say? Their online services. Their online I don't know. They have this ability to just lose all of their clothing for extended periods of time if you pay them a monthly fee, right? So, like, wow, it's a new thing in physics. I didn't know that. Wow, I didn't know how that's a new force. I didn't know how that works. And all the thing they're doing is destroying themselves and thinking that the men are going to accept it. No, they're not. They're not. There's a limit we have.
Thanks, bro. Let me read the super chat. Shout out to Mr. Bala Jallo for the $5 super chat. Appreciate the support, brother. The B Dubs and Western Woman are an embarrassment. Great stream, guys. Thank you for the support, brother, and for the kind words. Means a lot. Shout out to Mr. Eric Mogadishu for the $299 super chat. Jonah is worth 70 mil and can't get a corporation. That's crazy, bruv. That's crazy. He has all that money and she's still not cooperating. But where do you think Jonah Hill went wrong here? Is it? I think he chose the wrong woman. He should have got his passport.
Should have got his passport. You got him, Jonah Hill, especially the way he looks. He go to Poland. He go crazy. Let me think. Czech. Oh, that he'd be mobbed. Ukraine, done. He could defeat the missiles with that. Shoot, Russia would go for him. If he went to Japan, that'd be it. They'd be at Narita waiting for him. He wouldn't even get out of the building. I mean, again, Brazil, same way. Colombia, that's it, done. So these women would be totally in love with him, and he would never have to worry about anything. They'd be submissive, loving, caring. They'd actually be supportive to him. They'd wear whatever he wanted. He'd be like, "You want me to wear this dress at outside the house and no dress inside the house?" Done. Yeah, here, you got it. And he'd be very happy. So, guys, I don't know why. Again, it goes back to what's that performance? Fresh Prince. Why is he with her? I don't get it. Like, he should have dropped her like a lead pipe filled with asbestos like 10 years ago. And he's still there. Look at how messed up his family is. And he can't do anything about it. And he's being emasculated every second, right? And so I'm just like, what are you doing, guys? Get rid of her. No, man. It's not good for you.
Absolute facts, man. And shout out to Alfred S here. So when in an exclusive relationship, your girlfriend can't have male friends to call, hang out. Period. I agree with that. You know,
Mhm.
why do you need male friends? If you're gonna harp on having male friends, I'm gonna have to cut you off. I'm gonna have to cut you off. I'm gonna have to go our separate ways.
Mhm.
With Jonah Hill, right? Um, his situation is he's a major Hollywood actor. If I was him, I would only work, stack up, and not even date any woman in the country or in my industry. I'd have
Mhm.
a woman abroad, or I'd wait until maybe yeah, and I'd have a woman abroad, and I'd be flying from America to Colombia every couple of weeks. He's got the resources and the money to do so. So a lot of these actors, right, are finding out the hard way. These basketball players, these sport players, they're gonna need their passports too, because you
Mhm.
being a millionaire isn't enough for Western women, and that's crazy,
Yeah.
bruv.
Yeah. How about that one guy, the basketball player? I forgot his name. What he's playing for the Warriors. His girlfriend gave birth, and it wasn't his. Right? It was his best friend's, and he couldn't play for a while. He was basically crying all the time. I
Was
don't
that
blame
true?
him.
Was that true,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah, that was
What?
actually that happened. Yeah, I forgot his name. He was a good
Andrew
guy.
Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Andrew Wiggins. Yep, he makes quite a lot of money. And he had to face the music there, and these guys thinking that they make money, that they can treat the woman in a certain way, they simp, everything's going to be good. No, the women take more. It doesn't matter what the man. Okay, let's say this again. It doesn't matter what you do, Western man. The Western woman, particularly the modern Western woman, has her personality and her character. And it doesn't matter what you do, she will maintain truth. She'll be true to herself. She will have her own integrity. And when you understand that, you will understand there's only one option: passport. That's it. When I understood that, I came back from Japan and I was dating Western women in America, and I was seeing what was going on. I was like, these women are not going to change. It's not going to happen. It's impossible. Like it's going to get worse. It's going to worsen and worsen because they think they're right. So the only way that they're going to see that there's a problem is based upon results, and the results are going to be like, I don't know, 2 months before they die in their 70s, 80s, and 90s alone, after living alone for 30, 40 years. That's when they might understand it. But and before then, no, they're going to think it's men's problem the entire time. So you got to get out. There's no way that you can deal with that. Period. It's impossible. I don't know how many good. Again, I'm 50 years old and I'm a Gen Xer, and I have quite a lot of friends between the ages of 40 and like 65, 70. Right, I've known them for decades, and these women, who are the ones who are single, they're not doing anything to get married. They have dug in. They think that they are 100% correct, and they're touting the feminist line, hook, line, and sinker. I'm just like, okay, no, that's I'm not trying to change you, but look at your results, because I can go to Ukraine or Brazil and get a honey and make kids with her, but they're thinking that men like me are just going to suddenly flip, go for these older women who can't even give birth, marry them, have their have the assets be transferable to them, then have the divorce and have the assets go to them 100% or 50%, as much as they can get, plus get reoccurring income for the rest of their life, while they're on a beach somewhere saying that I, or like men of my caliber, ain't ish. And I'm like, no, man, no. The way to defeat that is not to engage. It's like nuclear war. You don't win a nuclear war. You can't do it. So it's the same way with marriage and a Western woman. The only way to win in a relationship with a Western woman is not to be in one. Then you're okay.
Facts, absolute facts there, Theo. Shout out to Mr. J Remo for the £5 super chat. I appreciate you both for the support. Mr. Theo, you made me suffer a lot for this homework, but I finally got it work just now. So much relief. Awesome.
So he's one of my good students. I like him. I like his mind. He really suffers a lot in the class, but he did a really great job. So I had a Kubernetes. I gave the advanced students a Kubernetes test last night, and I just said, Here's the repo. Here are the instructions. Here it is. Go make it work. And I want the pods to work, and they're in 5 different development areas. So go figure it out and go work in a group and just go figure it out. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. Just go figure it out because we've done enough. Like I've told you enough about it. So I want to see where you're at. And he made it work, which means if he can make it work, he can tell the other students how to make it work, which means they're probably going to pass. So hats off to Jay, man. I'm glad he's making it work.
Awesome. Great job, Jay. Great job, Jay. Fantastic. So we're going to wrap up this segment soon and get the phone lines open up. This is the Passport Bros weekly show every Monday for you Passport Bros, man. So make sure you never miss it. We speak about cultural topics, IT, Passport Bros, traveling. Okay. So I want to make this very clear, right? You know, when millionaire men are having problems, that's your cue to run away. When billionaires are having problems, okay, that is your cue. It's not going to get easier for me as an average man. I'm an average man. I work a 9-to-5 job. I do average things, and that's it. Okay. So I know that if these men are struggling, there's no hope for me. I got to get that passport. I got to travel. Okay. Keke Palmer does not exist in Japan. It's there, but very, very small, very, very rare. She will get replaced within a light speed of a second. Quicker than light speed, and light is the fastest substance in the entire world. She will get replaced quickly.
Yeah. Let me comment on that real quick. If a Japanese performer, like I'll say one, like Namie Amuro, very popular performer, she was a single mother. Okay. If she would have pulled that stunt in Japan on television, she would have had to have gone to every major news media and done a full bow to say that she was sorry. So the Japanese bow, they have like their bows are like this, right? And a little bit deeper. But if you go all the way to like a 90-degree, that means you are entirely wrong, right? It's pretty hard to do physically. That's what she would have had to have done. I can't even imagine her doing this. You know how bad it is? They have female performers like dance groups, like, J-pop, right? And they have rules that these women cannot have boyfriends. So sometimes they'll actually catch the press are watching. They'll actually catch a guy walking out of a female performer's apartment at like 4:00 in the morning, right? Because they're waiting. And when that happens, she first loses her job in the group, and then she has to go out in public and actually confess and say that she's sorry to everyone for doing that. Like, think of the standards. That's Japan, right? So this kind of behavior in Japan, actually all of Asia, inconceivable.
And and that's what I like about Asia, Africa, South America. And I pray to God, please, whoever's running these countries, don't allow Western influence to ruin your culture. The West is a fallen society. The only way the West will be saved is, in my opinion, certain religions take over and run the society. I'm not going to get too political, but that's the only way to save it. The West needs religion, it needs God, and a particular religion will solve that issue. I ain't going to speak on that any further before it gets too touchy. So, but that'll never happen. Okay, so it's going to crumble. Okay, and we're going to be abroad with our foreign wives and girlfriend. Okay, and Western women are going to fall hard and heavy, Lord willing. Shout out to Mr. Balajalo for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. The first weekly show, and it's been successful. Second one, brother. Second one, brother. Every week, every Monday, 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. Central Time, Texas time, sorry, and 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you, brother, for the support, Balajalo. Much appreciation, brother. Awesome. So, fantastic, man.
So
Theo,
my dog is average. I'm average too. Again, I'm an average guy. I always know that I make a lot of money, but I'm average. I never let it go to my head. I'm just like, yeah, I'm average. Like I'm running the mill. You put me in middle of nowhere in Illinois or Texas, I'm quite at home. So I'm entirely average. I don't. I have great education. I've got great cash flow. Yeah, that's true. But I let it get to my head. But these women, these Western women, oh yeah, it gets totally to their head. I'm like, no, you're an average woman. You know, you have eggs that are about to die.
Brother, these women are earning, you know, what is it, 60, 70K a year, and if they think they're bosses, you dwarf that earnings. Are you thinking you think you're hot-ish now?
I was like, look at your tax rate. Like, so think about the amount of taxes you're paying, and then what your costs are, right? And then what your expectations are. Like, sometimes I bring home more money in 1 month than you bring home an entire year, and you think you're like number one in the UK, right? You got like all this money, whereas I'm pretty chill, just in a bar with a beer and some fish and chips. I don't tell any people. I don't expect anything more. I'm actually pretty happy. I'm kind of just looking at the women like, it's not me, it's you. I mean, what you're thinking is theirs is ridiculous. And another point about this, again, I was thinking about this. I got out of the gym today. I was like, sure, as kids when we were younger, you know, of course, teenagers, you know, university, most of us have seen Playboy. Of course, it's normal, right? I saw, yeah, without a doubt. But I knew that those were women that I would never date in my entire life. But I was like, you have to do better. You have to achieve more. You have to do more, because there are great women out there. So if you work harder, you'll get a better woman, but you'll never get a playmate. And all of us knew this. We weren't even thinking that we're going to get this. And you have women who are standard, average, like they're fours, barely fives. And they're seeing this glamorous lifestyle, and they're thinking that they should have the same level, the same kind of men, high level. And they're hearing all the stories online. And I'm like, are you nuts? I mean, really, are you cuckoo? Because we know what reality is. We know we're not going to have that. We know who you are. And we're supposed to have you, and you're average like we are. We're average too. So what's wrong with you? They don't see it that way. I'm like, okay, passport.
Passport is, man. So let me open up the phone lines, brothers. Once again, brothers, if you can't call in, please PayPal and super chat your questions or call in. And of course, make sure you book your IT consultation with me via the Calendly link that's on the live stream chat. Join the Patreon as well, brothers, to hear all about foreign women and how to navigate the dating scene abroad. I'm here to help you out, brothers. This channel has all the intel you need. I got some very special live streams coming for you this week, some video uploads. We're going to help you navigate this crazy world we're living in the West right now. May the West fall. May the West fall. I'm praying every day that it does, because it's just demonic right now at the moment.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Let me. There's somebody who just said something in the chat. And he said, "You're not average financially." Okay, let me explain something real quick while people are calling in. When I got $250,000 a year, and I was top my game with security in Japan, there was a time in which I was a pompous jerk, and I thought that I was like the best of everything, and I fell really hard from that position. I got slammed, and again, I lost a lot. I became homeless at one point, and I had cancer. And when I was recovering from that, I told I reassessed my life. I was making a new Theodore at that point, and I said I would always remember who I was and how much I suffered and what low was. I was always going to be that way. And so I would never forget what true suffering was. And so I was like, no matter how much money I make later on, I'm always just going to be Theodore. And that's what I am. That's, again, so when the money started coming in, making $300,000 a year, making more than that, making $600,000 a year, I didn't care. I was like, well, you know, I got to go to the gym. I got to exercise, sweat. My trainers beat the crap out of me. I have to work hard. I teach. I give to people. I have a very normal life. The best thing that I have in a day is a walk and a good shower with good soap. You know, a good, like a good scrub, face scrub. I like that. Or a good moisturizer. Like I'm pretty happy with that, right? Or proper eggs, some avocado, a nice salad. That's the kind of stuff that I like to do. I'm very normal. Again, a nice bike ride, I'm good. I'm never going out on the town and being like, I'm the man. Nope. I'm just in the background. That's it. I don't care. You know, I've talked with, again, I've been out sometimes and a woman will talk to me and she's like, oh yeah, you don't make, she treats me like I make $50,000 a year or $60,000 a year. And I'm like, okay, that's how you think. All right, I'm not going to argue with you. That's fine. Like again, but like these earphones, these are $864, right? Or like I have I have 7 pairs of these, right? So I my other earphones that go in my ear like $500. I've got some really expensive. All the music that I have, I actually buy. I don't do streaming, so I actually buy every single album that I listen to. My bike is $12,000. It doesn't look like it though. It looks like just a normal bike. It's carbon fiber. So I'm normal. I'm just a normal guy. You might see me again in the streets of Austin on a Saturday morning, just at a hamburger joint, sitting there, having some breakfast. I have hamburgers for breakfast. Just being normal, playing my dog. Yeah.
Probably you have 7 pairs of that same headphones. Why is that, bro?
Yeah, because I can. I was just talking to a guy over this consultation. I was like, there's no woman here, right? That means I could do what I want. And if like I don't have a woman in my life. I don't have again with my girl, we agree we don't meet other women, but it doesn't mean that I can't have cool stuff. So look, I got one right here. Like how many others do I got? Here, these are all like I'm just taking these out, showing this guy. These are all $500 a piece, right? So how many of these got? I actually have over 20 of them. Right? They're all different colors. Right?
Amazing.
I got quite a number of these. I love these. I always get these special colors. I love just having a good time with them. And people are like, why do you spend so much money on it? And why do you do it? And I'm like, look at this. Sometimes I can save or invest $20,000 a month. I don't have any women that I have to deal with. So how about you do this? You do like what I do. You pay over $15,000 a month in federal taxes, and then you also invest between $15,000 to $20,000 a month for your retirement, and then come back and tell me. You come back and say what I can go spend my money on. Until then, that's not going to happen. I was going to laugh at you. I don't care. If I want another pair of earphones, by God, I'd go out and go get it. I don't care. You're not going to tell me what to do.
What brand are you wearing now? Is that Beats? You're wearing the brand that you're wearing?
These are Apple Pros, Max Pros, right? And then these are Beats, right? But these aren't even my favorite ones. The favorite ones are charging another room. This is Angelica's pair, right? So I gotta get these over to her next time I meet her. But these are really nice. She loves these. Right? So yeah, I got some cool stuff. But again, you got guys spending how much money taking these women, simping them, going out and doing all this crap with these women, and these women aren't doing anything. They're milking you for money. And that's not happening to me. So I mean, if I want to do that, look, I just showed this guy too. Look, this is another fun thing. Let's have this. Okay, this is Evo. This is Eleiko Evo dumbbell, the 25. How much do you think in the United States just a pair of 25 Evo rotating Eleiko dumbbells are?
$300.
Oh, that'd be nice. Just one pair of this is like 600.
Jeez.
One pair of dumbbells. Don't they rotate? So I have 15 to 70, all of them. That entire set is well over $8,000. I got to go look at it. I forgot how much I paid. I didn't care. So I'm going to start getting above 70, like 75 pounds and above. It's like a minimum of $1,000 per pair. And I don't even care. I can just keep on buying them. Because I can do a Eleiko straight out if I want to. No, I can do that? because I don't have a woman in my life controlling what I'm doing. Right?
That's what's up, man. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. You know, when you see this, right, if you're a Western woman, you failed miserably. You should be ashamed of yourself. If you're a Western woman, this is what you've missed out on. You've missed out on a man like Theo in your life because you're too arrogant. You got a high body count. Your breath stinks. You know, you're just a horrible woman in general. You've missed out on a man like Theo. Someone that's foreign, a woman is going to snatch up Theo. Every day the good men leave our community in the West because you goddamn Western woman, you can't behave like a feminine, decent woman. Shame on you. Shame on you, Western woman.
Mm-hmm. Well, if they want that, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I had to look at it and was like, oh well, you know, because the men who have the money you want, they don't want you because they worked hard for that money and they're not going to simp for you the way you think they're going to. I would read these Reddit channels, right? And these women are like, well, when the men finally come to their senses and realize that we're worth all the crap that we give them. And I was like, are you nuts? So you want a man to work hard, sacrifice for years, go without, make something of himself, really work hard, and then turn around and just accept you at your crap and think that is acceptable? No way, man. He's going to do what I do. Pay like $864 for pairs of earphones and do what he wants. Get ties, get really expensive ties. Get Brioni. My suits are either Brioni or Armani. My coats are all Loro Piana. All of them. So my most expensive coat that I have is $23,000. I'm serious. I got a few that are $11,000 each. Let's keep them over there. I've got, what is it, 4 pairs of shoes that are $2,500 each. I don't know how many I have that are 1,000. I don't count. I'm at least 10, right? You guys talk about Jordans. I got all kinds of Jordans in there. I would say I've only worn like 3 of my Jordans. I've got around 20 of them. So they're just sitting there. You know, I can wear them whenever I want to. It doesn't really matter because, again, why was I able to do this? Because I got rid of Western women. Just that simple. I did what I focused on myself, made myself into the best person I can. Still working on it. Got my physical back together, but I have a wonderful life. And I'm telling you guys, when you guys actually focus on your grind, forget that Western women exist.
Yeah.
Do the best you can for yourself. Get your money up. Respect yourself. Establish boundaries, and then make a life for yourself that you've always wanted. You're going to look back and wonder how the heck you ever even acknowledged that a Western woman existed. You'd be like, how did that happen? How did that, wait, was I, like in high school, was I like on a drug or something? How did I think those girls, oh yeah, they were all fertile. That's why I thought they existed. No, I don't care anymore. So, you can have a really good life, guys. I'm just telling you. Focus on yourself first at all times.
Thank you, Theo. Thank you, Theo. So I got a couple callers in the background. Let me bring in Mr.
Sure.
Renaud Duracell in the background. Renaud, you're confirmed. Do you want to turn the camera off, bro? Okay, awesome. What's going on, Renaud?
Okay, hello. Can you hear me correctly?
Your volume's a bit low, but we'll manage.
Yes, but okay, but this only for IT. I got a job. It's a 3-year contract where I work for the Army. It's a tech job that I received, and I'll start in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Brother, do you want to speak about that in a different time, brother, on a personal note? Because this is a different national topic, brother.
Okay, I apologize, but I'd like to get in contact with you for a consultation, you and Theo.
Okay, brother. That's fine with us, bro.
Okay,
right, thank you.
That's fine.
Sorry, I didn't know. I just heard the thing.
Peace out, bro. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Mr. Eric Mogadishu for the $299 Australian dollar super chat. Thank you, bro. Are you overemployed? Are you working 2 jobs? That's a question for you, Theo.
Let's say I have multiple streams of income.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Theo.
And my I don't use my crypto. I could. It's set up that I could actually take from it. But if I did, I wouldn't have to work at all. My crypto's pretty tight. But I'll just let that go. I don't play around with it. So I'm waiting for another shock to happen and for Bitcoin to hit 100,000. It's going to happen probably in the next 10 years. And when that happens, I'll probably knock out all my Bitcoin at one time, convert it over to U.S. Treasury bonds, and sit back and get free money for the rest of my life.
Will you retire from IT, or going to keep working?
No, I'll keep on working. I don't want to be bored. Again, I like working. I like having multiple streams, but I'll buy more real estate. That's for sure. I got real estate now, so I'll buy more real estate.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Is Bitcoin going to 100K next year?
No. But there'll be a shock. There always is to the Western world. There's some sort of shock where governments have to spend a lot of money, and when that happens, there's speculation, and Bitcoin always goes through the roof. So I just have to wait for one of these to happen again. It'd happen. Just wait. They screw up. It'll hit 100,000. Not next year, but it'll hit 100,000 again. And they're like, okay, not again, but it will finally hit 100,000. I'll be like, okay, good. I'll knock it out. So you guys are asking how many? I've got 47 Bitcoin. I bought Bitcoin back in the day when it was nothing. So I was just like, I didn't care. I was kind of buying it on a whim. So I'm just doing it. It's kind of like Dogecoin right now. Or Ethereum back in the day. It's just something kind of fun to do. I didn't think it'd be anything. And then I forgot about it. I didn't do anything with it. And then I came back later on and I had 50 actually. I saw how much it was worth. So I cashed out 3 of them and I went ahead and bought my gem with it. So yeah.
Amazing.
And I went and did some investments with the rest of them, kind of rented them out. So they're still making money for me.
Rent them out. What do you mean rent out, bro? What, your gym?
No, my Bitcoin. You can rent it out. Like you can use it as the basis of a loan. So you can loan them out, and then people have to pay you back. So I have a few of those schemes going on right now. So I'm making a little bit of extra money on it. So I'm not just sitting there.
Amazing. Shout out to Theo, man. So let me bring in Mr. Andrew Ski Gordon in the background. What's going on, Andrew?
Hey, how's it going? You guys? Before I start talking about what I want to talk about the stream, Theo, and as I was making the load balancer just now, I accidentally touched the outbound rules. Please don't cut my head off. So about
you
the stream,
did what? I'm gonna kill you. I told you not to do that.
It was by accident. I'm sorry.
I'm going. You think Baltimore's dangerous? You touching outbound rules is more dangerous. I'm flying to Baltimore and teaching you a lesson. Man, I'm gonna burn. Okay, Target better. Okay, anyway, I'm not gonna say that because people might think it's serious. Anyway, don't do it again.
Okay, no problem. One of the things that I was talking to IP about on Instagram was paternity. Paternity is a very important thing when it comes to starting families and starting a legacy. And I don't think in the West it's very impossible to do that, because if you watch, I don't even know if IP, can I mention the name? Paternity Court?
No. Who?
No.
If it's not PG, don't mention it, please.
Oh no! It's Paternity Court. It's a court where they find out who the father is. And one of the things that I was looking at is there's a lot of Western women that do all this 304 stuff, and then the child comes out and the child's like, "Oh, where's my father?" Like, personally, I don't want my future child to go through that. I decided that a couple days ago. I said to myself, if I'm gonna start a family, I want to be married with the woman and be in the house as the child grows up. I do not want the child going through things of, my mother did this, my mother did that. That's the thing when it comes to Brittany Renner and all of them and them doing all the 304 stuff. Later on, their kids are going to know about that stuff. They're going to be like, "Mommy, why are you doing that?" Mm-hmm. It's for I don't think these women care about their children. They don't, because if they did, they wouldn't be smashing a bunch of guys, and then after smashing the guys, have a child by one of them and don't even know where the child is, where the father is, and then say that, this guy over here that has resources, he's the father. Literally after 10 years, 10, 15 years, the child the father does a DNA test and
Yeah. So, what's your point here, bro? Just so we can just
Mm-hmm.
Get to it, brother. What's your point here, brother? Please.
I think if you're going to start a family, you should leave the West.
Yeah, no, I'm
Leave the
following what
West.
you're saying, Andrew. I get he's being a little emotional about it, but I'm following it. Yeah, you have to leave the West. I definitely agree with you. And that was what I was like during my 40s, for most of my 40s. My model for marriage was I was going to bring her over here, right? And I'd get married and have the family. And she kept on talking about what she wanted. And I looked at the laws, the liability, the situation that I would be in. And I was like, every situation, if I fulfill what she wants, if I do this, what she gets, I'm going to be in a position to die in divorce. And
Exactly.
I understand this. And the only thing I can do possibly is just believe her. And what she wants, you saw this in Korea. You guys have been on the abroad. They have community. Everybody functions together. Whereas the West is dysfunctional, right? Our communities, only thing we live here is for work. We don't have a community. We don't have like what it's supposed to be. So she wants to be a part of a community, and I'm looking like this doesn't exist here. So I said, okay. I told my girl, I said, if we get married, I'm not bringing you to America. You're going to be abroad, and you're going to have my children abroad, and then I'm going to be there most of the time. But sometimes I'll go back to America. But most of the time, I'll be with you in another country where we can buy a house or buy a condo, and we're going to raise our children abroad. And she said, cool. It's fine.
They're
There's no
agreeable.
problem.
Another thing too is it took me leaving the country to actually realize what you guys are talking about, especially IP, when he says the only things you say to Western women is hello, goodbye, and that's it. When I came back here, they're invisible. It's just everything around me was like, yo, is there women around here? Like, where they at? Like, I'm serious, IP. I was just like, yo, where are they at? Like, it took me leaving and coming back to realize, like, this is just I don't even want to deal with none of them. I don't want to deal with none of them, especially with all the things I know in the culture, like the court systems, and I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you at all. I don't want to deal with it at all either. I'm looking at situations. It is so messed up. As I told someone, I said, you have to get nearly a PhD in understanding narcissistic behavior in order to understand Western women. And I was like, all that time, I could be a father raising children. So they're stealing all this energy, and it's all for them. It's nothing for a family. And I said, why am I even dealing with this? So you can't. You just have to ignore them and just say, look, you're strong and independent. You're on your own way. I think you can take care of it. Yeah, I'm sure you'll find. Yeah, you're dating a guy who's dating 20 other women. I'm sure you'll deal with it.
Facts. Absolute facts. Thank you, Andrew.
No problem.
Thank you, bro, for stating your point there. All right, so brothers, please feel free to call in. We have a lot of space in the panel, so feel free to call in, brothers. Feel free to call in. And if you have any questions that you can't call in, please hit the PayPal or super chat your question. So I've got a question for you, Theo, right? I think there's plenty of men in the West that have a girlfriend like Keke Palmer, where she leaves the household just like a 3 or 4. She's probably in the club with her female friends, dancing with other guys, but not kissing them. What can men do that are currently in that horrible situation? I'm single right now, thankfully, in the West. I ain't dating with these Western chicks. But for brothers who are still dating a Western woman like Keke, what do they do?
They have to get rid of her.
Damn.
That's the only way. They have to get rid of her. They have to put their foot down and say, enough's enough, you're out. The problem is, as I said part of this before, again, I'm a Gen Xer. I thought that if I agreed and I understood and showed empathy towards the women, that they would stop this behavior. And if I thought I would be seen as a good husband, as a good man, and someone who was doing the right thing. That doesn't work because that feeds into their narcissistic behavior and personality. So that's only seen as a validation of their behavior, not as a way to try to change it. or showing empathy or anything like that. No, it doesn't mean that they were wrong. It only means that they were further right, because they're going to turn around and say, well, nobody said anything wrong, so of course it's right. Then if you do say something is wrong, you're being controlling, narcissistic. You yourself are narcissistic, or you are sexist, whatever kind of term they want to use. So the only thing you can do is ghost. Hardcore. You just take your assets. If whatever thing you need to do legally, deal with it legally. If you don't have to deal with anything legally, you disappear from their lives and say, I'm done. That's it. And if they have a problem with it, they can go get a therapist. You're done.
Absolutely, man. And be honest with me, brothers, in the live stream chat, right? We have 35 minutes left in this live stream. Okay. Press A1 in the chat, brothers, if you're in that situation right now. Be honest with me, if you're currently dating a Western chick in America in the West, right? And she's a bit like Keke Palmer, press A1 in the chat. We're all men here. Let's be honest with each other. We're all passport bros or aspiring passport bros. Press A1 in the chat if you're currently dealing with a Keke Palmer chick right now. Unfortunately. Mr. Light, thank you for your honesty, brother. Thank you for your honesty. Who else in the building? And be honest, brothers. Be honest.
So that's the issue. Yeah, the guys can't get out. They don't know how, and because tenderloin controls quite a lot. It takes you down to your destruction. So it's like what Destro says, the glorious tenderloin. So I don't even engage. No, don't give her any opportunity to destroy you. She will. She'll enjoy it too.
Damn. Okay, so we have one already, Mr. Light. Mr. Light, I want you to do me a favor, brother. As soon as this live stream ends, I want you to kick your girlfriend out of your apartment and tell her it's over. Pack her clothes, pack her bags, kick her out of the apartment. I don't care how that sounds. Okay, that might be horrible. Kick her out. Okay, kick her out. Leave her on the street. Let her sleep on the floor. I don't care. We need to be ruthless to these Western women. Wouldn't you say so, Theo? Kick her out.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at your financial situation and make sure you don't have a liability, and really look at it. You have to ascertain, like, are you going to be okay if this happens? Don't think about the tenderloin. Just think about it from an objective point of view, from a cash flow point of view, and then think, what can you do with your life? How can you improve if you actually do this? And I'm telling you guys, when I did this, when I removed women 100% from my life, this was 2011. When I did this, my life improved so quickly. It took about a month, and it just started, and it was wonderful. I was like, wow, everything's starting to work now, and I just improved as an individual. So I really recommend you guys to do this. If you have, again, that you don't have to have her around. You just have to be objective. If she were to disappear, how would your life change? Where would you lose? And just be very honest about it. Like what would actually, like, where is let's start from an emotional imbalance. Where would you become emotionally imbalanced if she were gone? Right? So when I lost my wife, oh yeah, there was a definite emotional imbalance. There was something there. But for almost every woman I dated afterwards, I was like, if you're gone, I'm just going to have a lot of money left over. In fact, I don't even know what you give me. I don't even know why I'm here. And I was like, yeah, I'm just here because of a sense of duty, because I think as an own man, I'm supposed to have a woman around. But in reality, you're more of a liability than anything else. So I just got rid of them. And wow, I was happy. Everything was great.
Shout out to Mr. Alfred S for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, brother, for the support. Much appreciated. Shout out to Mr. Intellect for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, brother. Again, shout out to Intellect for supporting the movement. Much appreciation, bro. With so many options, choosing one is hard. The paradox of choice. Why have one when I can have many? That's my struggle. I'm 37, and 3 of the 4 sixes woman wants working on 6-pack. Oh, I see. Okay.
Let me can I comment on that? Can I comment on that quick? Let me think. Look, okay, you're 37 years old. Okay, you're having 6s around. I get that. Okay, I see what you're. Again, I see the joke. I like it. If you would just drop them and forget who they are, become the best version of yourself, which shouldn't take that long because you have a lot of time to concentrate. And I'm sure you've been abroad because I've seen you commenting quite a lot. But you go abroad, you will forget that these women exist. You will. They'll be gone in a second. Like, again, you get off the airplane, you meet somebody else, all those other women in the West will literally disappear. And in fact, sometimes you'll be looking back and like, why did I ever even consider one of those women before when the women we have here are so wonderful? You're going to think that way. So, of course, I mean, I always have these guys that are coming up and say like, oh yeah, I've got these women in the West. I'm like, why are you wasting your time? Because as far as I'm concerned, what I'm thinking is that you have vampires. That's it. Like, I've got this vampire. I'm like, okay, cool. Why? What is she doing? She's a vampire. Get rid of her. Go abroad.
Facts.
They're actually human flesh. They're women flesh. Talk with them. Get rid of the vampires.
Facts.
No vampires.
Thanks for the breakdown there, Theo. Much appreciated. Okie dokie. So, all right, brothers, feel free to call in if you have, if you want to chime on this particular topic. We've got half an hour left. Now, let me now go on the point of boundaries. As a man, as a straight man, okay, boundaries are very important to set before getting into a relationship with a woman. And I think there are some boundaries that needs to be there for every single man. So, Phil, you let me know if you agree or disagree. Number 1, no male friends. Okay, no hanging out with male friends on a one-to-one basis. No coffee stuff. No catch-ups. I'm not a fool. Don't play me like that. Number 2, don't dress like a fop. So no mini skirts, no see-through clothing, no crop tops. Nowadays, chicks are wearing these PORN outfits, man, like these tight corsets. I'm like, what's going on, bruv? This is crazy. Why is she wearing that outside? You know? Number 4, be feminine, be respectful. But those first 3, don't dress like a fop. No male friends. You know, I think that's very important. I think that's a cornerstone of having boundaries. What's your thoughts about that, Theo?
Also, don't have female friends who are messed up, thoughties, or trying to take you away from a solid relationship.
Yeah,
because that is horrible. That is a massive problem, and that creates a great deal of problem for the man. And I've seen women, girlfriends, destroy marriages, and the man was totally loyal. He's sitting like, what the hell? There's nothing he can do about it. And to be like, again, the man going out with his male friends that are saying like, go out and be with women of the night and do this, like go out and drink, stuff like that, right? And the wife's at home crying, like, what can she do, right? And so if it happens to the woman, the men are horrible. The same thing happens to the men. Oh, she's living her best life. Like, guys, use your passport.
Yeah.
Get out. There's no reason to be there. That's it. Let it go. Have it. It's fine. No, I don't care.
Facts. Shout out to Intellect for the $5 super chat again. Appreciate that's the 4th time tonight. Support the 5th time. Appreciate Intellect for the support. I've been abroad. My issue is that they want serious marriage abroad, but I have so many options. I don't want to choose one internationally either. it's good to have options, bro. But eventually, bro, you need to just pick a chick and be with her, bruv. It's much easier.
Yeah, bro, you have got to have some sort of self-control. Let me tell you something that my father told me when I was growing up. He said this is the problem you're going to have with women. He said, when you're young and you want the women because you have your hormones, no woman's going to want you. Then you're going to have to work really hard. And then when you're finally at a level to get married and have a woman, your wife is going to put out less. She's going to cost more money. You're going to make more money while you see all of these constantly flood of younger women who want you for the rest of your life. And you have to remain loyal. So he said, choose one woman, because if you go choose another one, you got the same situation just with somebody else. And I'm glad my dad said that to me, because that put proper expectations in my life. And I was like, yep, you're right, Dad. I have to be the one who controls myself. And I do. So if you say there's a lot of women, yeah, you're always going to have that problem. That's always true. It's not going to go away. Choose one and be happy. Because no matter how old you are, there's always going to be a fresh crop of 22-year-olds coming out. That's life.
Yes, that's very true. And that's why, right, when you're picking someone to wife up, right, don't just focus on the looks, because you're going to be with this woman for the rest of your life. So personality matters. You know, is she a good person, right? This is someone you're going to be for 50 years, 40 years. It's just someone you want to speak to every day. Looks are not everything. They're important, but don't let it be the defining factor to wife up a chick. Is she right in the head? Is she well in the head? Right? Don't get carried away by the box. Oh, it's tight, it's wet, it's juicy. Come on, brothers, man. Is she mentally right up there in the head? Ain't that right, Theo?
Yeah, don't do that at all. What I always say is, again, this is my thinking that I had in university. Go with someone, find someone that you like talking to and you think is kind of exotic. And you'll always talk and you'll always be interested in her. So with my girl, I always look at her, I say, like, I should have left you a long time ago, but you've actually got me. And why is it? She's highly intelligent. I love talking to her. And to me, she's exotic. So it doesn't matter how many other younger women there are. I really don't care. Or around, I'm like, you know, we break up, or like I finally end this relationship, I'm going with a Thai girl or Colombian, Brazilian tomorrow. And she knows that. But she always knows how to bring me back to her. It's the way it is. And I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm in it, right? So find someone, because that's it. Because you don't want to just be going around making children all over the world and then having problems financially. That's not it. It's not, just stay with one, for heaven's sakes, because someone who's exotic.
Yes, indeed. Theo speaking some game right here, brothers, man. Amazing. You know, these weekly shows is going to change a lot of lives, man. Shout out to Theo for what he does for the brothers. Base Pluto, you're confirmed. I'm going to bring you in a second. Shout out to Mr. TMOT for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, brother. What are the best countries to visit as a passport bros prospect? We're going to do a stream on that in the future, actually, me and Theo, but we'll touch upon it very briefly here. Just an average guy, medium build, in cybersecurity, making 60K income. You want to answer briefly, Theo?
Can I answer that? Okay. Why are you, if you're a cybersecurity guy, why are you making 60K? Ooh. Something's wrong with your income. Straight up. That's the first thing I saw. I saw that you're a security guy making 60K. You're wrong. Something's wrong. Okay, so something's wrong with your salary. So you need to join our group and actually start talking to us, because you are way underpaid. So you're doing something wrong. You're clearly you're in the wrong ocean. All right, you're supposed to be in a blue ocean and actually doing specialization. And if you're only making 60K, that means you have done something wrong. You should be at a minimum $120,000 a year. So I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing something wrong. Come talk to us. We'll take care of
it. Thank you, Theo, for breaking that down. Shout out to Mr. B Irons for the $2 super chat. Men must have actual discipline, not up for debate. Yes, indeed, man. Yes,
Mhm.
indeed. Control yourself, man.
Yep. It's about
You don't
being
want to.
high value. It's not being a high value man. High value men can control the zipper. If you do not have zipper control, you're not going to be a high value man, and other high value men are going to look at you as a liability, and so you have got to control it. We understand one, like Kevin Samuels always said, we understand one slip up, but if you got more than that, it's continuous. You got to get away from us because you're going to make us look bad. So you got to have some sort of control there. What I always say to my students is, I see what my students are doing. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, look, choose a country. I know you want to go around. Just choose a country, get the culture, find someone, date a little bit, but find someone who is way out of your league that you never would have dated before. Find someone who makes you laugh and who's exotic. And you get like at least 10 years difference, if not more. And just make somebody like, yeah, I can be with her forever. And make sure that she has a good family situation, a place where you can actually have a house in her country, and then seal the deal. Be happy. Because if you don't, all you're going to do is go around the world making most likely illegitimate children and alpha widows. And then other guys, people in those countries are going to say, oh, look at those black guys, the black passport bros. Look what they're doing. And then our name is going to look bad. So when I go to a country and I'm chaste, I'm only faithful to one woman, I'm making you look good because I'm your representative. So if you're making me look bad as my representative, I've got a beef with you. So stop that crap. Don't do like what the white English guys do. You know what they do internationally? Do you guys have any idea? And the Aussies, man, they do. It's not for the stream. Let's just say people talk. People notice and people talk. Also, U.S. military, people talk. They have a certain reputation internationally. Okay? There's a reason why I go in some place and say I'm not military. I'm big enough to be military, but I'm not military. Right? I'm like, no, I'm not going to do something to your daughter. All right? So, zipper control. Not hard.
Yes, indeed. Let me bring in Mr. Bass Polo. What's going on, Bass Polo?
Hey, how are you doing today?
Not
Doing well.
bad, bro. How you keeping?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking.
Fire away, brother.
Well, like about the topic of the show, I think the main issue is that the guy is playing her man is playing from a handicap because of the simple fact that she have the status, she have the fame, she have all of those kind of things. And so, this guy maybe, I don't know his deal. Maybe like he aspiring music artist or something like that. So the problem is that she holds the leverage in the thing. And I think she probably bring the income more than him, but that still does not justify her behavior though. That still does not like make it right that, she would decide and take it upon herself to have this kind of behavior.
That's a
Like,
good point there. So
yeah,
sorry to cut you off there, Polo Bass Polo.
yeah.
For Theo, what would you do here, right? If you deal with a woman that makes more money than you? Because I think, hold on, Theo, right? I think the reason why, one of the reasons why Keke feels this kind of way about her boyfriend is because she's like the breadwinner. She's a millionaire. He's just a normal dude that got with her. What do you do if you're a passport bro? You meet a woman that is a lot more wealthier than you, brother. Is that a bad thing or is that a good thing in some cases?
You go meet another woman.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because there's so many women.
Hold on, Theo. Sorry, brother. So you're telling brothers, right? Never date a woman that earns more money than you as a
Correct.
passport bro. Why?
Never. You're in the wrong situation. There's no reason for you to do that at all. You've done something wrong. So there's no reason to. There is no impossible. That means you've done something wrong financially. So you need to go back to the West, or you need to go meet another woman. And if you go back to the West, you need to get your money right and then come back, or you need to go meet a woman with whom you can grow properly, who doesn't make as much money as you do. That's the only solution.
why
If I would,
why
no,
should
I can't even conceive.
why can we not date a woman that earns more money than us, brother? What kind of issues will come in the relationship if she earns more money than you as a passport, bro? Tell us, brother.
She could try to emasculate you. And in one way or another, she would actually be right to do it. I know with Ukraine and Russia, if she makes more than you, she probably will not have your kid. So why would you do it? I know a few guys who do this, but they're older, like they're in their 60s, and they're living on a pension. So they go like they marry someone from Russia, and she's actually working, but he's like on $2,000 a month. There is no reason. Again, for us at our age, with the money that we're making, there's no reason. I would just say date somebody younger and hotter, because there's plenty of them out there.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting debate that we can continue having. Brothers in the live stream chat, press A1 in the chat if you have no problem with a woman making more than you. Press A2 if you have a problem with a woman. If you have a problem. No, sorry. Press A1 if you have no problem. Press A2 if you do have a problem if a woman makes more money than you. So Theo, let me ask this right. Okay, so let's say you meet a foreign chick, Japanese, okay, or Brazilian. She makes more money than you. However, she's submissive, cooperative on your plan, right? Virgin, but she just makes more money than you. Let's say you're on 50K and she's on 100K. Should we still run away from her and get a chick that makes less money than us, than you?
Yeah, in that case, I would be like, I shouldn't be dating.
Damn.
Yeah, I need to go get my money right. Because I remember when I was in Japan, and there was a time, like my second year, I was just starting to go over like $50,000 a year. And I really wasn't in a position to be dating. So I didn't even consider it. And there were women out there who were eyeing me because I'm exotic to them. I speak Japanese. But I was like, why? Because I was like 25 years old. So why would I want to date someone who's 32? It makes no sense. I was in like the Yokohama area. I got 18-year-olds eyeing me. Why would I even consider? So that's done. I don't have to think about that. Nah, man. Nah. Don't even do it. I would say if you're older, like 60, 70 years old, okay, that makes sense. But younger, man, go get your money right. Come back, make sure you're making $100,000 a year. You're the man, and then go date someone who's like half your age, or 25, 26, and she was only making like $500 a month or something like that. But she has a great personality, heart of gold, great family values. She'll make kids for you.
Brother, even though she's feminine, submissive, coachable on your plan, she wants you to lead her. But the only problem is that she makes more money than you. That's still a no-go for you? Whoa.
It's a no-go.
Okay.
Because you have to look at her nature. She's going to flip. Her female nature will come out and say, I want a man who's making more. She's not going to deal with you. Without a doubt, she's not going to reproduce. You're not going to get a kid out of that.
May I segue real quick on that point?
Sure.
Of course.
I want to use another example. The thing is like there's this show. I know it's scripted sometime, but there's a show called like 90 Day Fiance. And the thing is about it is like there was this one woman, she was like boss babe, she had everything, but she went to the Dominican Republic and she had all the money, and stuff like that. But the thing is that the guy, the family wasn't going for it. He wasn't going for it because she would just use every moment to try to emasculate the man. At every given time, she would try to just make him sound bad, just even like not even use his humble restroom and thing like that. And that's and so this is the kind of dynamic that I think you're always going to find with them, especially like a Keisha. You know, this is always going to be the Keisha nature. You know, the thing is that the thing is that like when Keisha has the money, you know, Keisha's bad at mismanaging money too. That's another thing because they go off of emotions and feelings. So this woman, you know, she went to DR thinking that she was going to secure a husband. You know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, he wasn't going for it because of her forceful attitude.
Hmm.
So, you know, the more money that Keisha makes or the more money that Karen make, the worse that attitude becomes with them. So it's not even worth it for guys to deal with them, their mental health, because now you know, Keke Palmer's like baby daddy is laughing stock, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Yeah, I agree.
That makes sense. Go on, Phil.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. You're making really good points. And there's again, they will try to do a power usurp on you, and without a doubt, because if they get pregnant, they're the breadwinners, right? So they're going to see a dip in their money, their living standards, and they're not going to accept it. So then they're not going to get pregnant. I don't know how many times I've seen this abroad, but also you know, in the Western world, you see like a woman who's like past menopause, she's had 3 kids, so she's 48, 49 years old, and she gets a lover who is making way less money than her, but it's like 35, 36, and for her, that guy is totally hot, and so she offers him like kind of like a nice environment. And he's like, okay, so he doesn't want to work, he doesn't want to make any kids, and she has enough money to support her own children, and so they just have this nice little shagafest, you know, until she dies. So, and that's what she wants. I've seen this in other countries, and you know, this would make also sense in the Western world. But you're not going to have any children. The guy understands that. He's a cuck. He understands it.
Okay,
Right? So why would you be in that situation?
okay, I
Especially
want
in the
to
Western world.
yes, and I want to talk about that too a little bit while keeping it PG as possible.
Hmm.
What
Mhm.
you touched on something very very important. You touched on something so important which is now being normalized in the West. You will see more men becoming CUCKs
Hmm.
Jesus.
because of the simple fact that they do not want to be alone.
Hmm.
And
Jesus.
simple
Lord.
the simple fact that they figure that they have too much to risk and just letting the marriage be destroyed because it happened with Adam 22 and it's going to keep on happening
Hmm.
more and more. It's going to
Yeah.
happen. In fact, you're going to see an upsurge in it now. Now that
Yeah.
he made it like kind of like normal, now
Yeah.
you're going to see an upsurge in this.
Yeah. And there's very little that the men can do. They're
Yes.
stuck.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because if they say, like, these guys are in long-term marriages and they say no, they put their foot down, they're talking half, and them being financially destroyed, and then they may not get through. Like, how many Western men during a divorce actually end up homeless, and so the courts have no mercy, right? So if he doesn't relent, what else can he do? And so I just feel like, yeah, you can't win in this situation. That's why you don't date them in the first place.
Right.
Wow. Hold on. Shout out to Mr. B Irons for the $2 super chat. A woman can't respect any man making less money biology. That's a good point there. That is very good point there. Which is why I keep saying feminism is an absolute joke. It has to be some sort of demonic movement because a
Mm-hmm.
man has to be better than a woman in every single facet for a woman to respect the man without a single doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Taller, stronger, making more money, being smarter. Women love that. And feminism is doing its best to try and remove that kind of thinking. I pray every day that the feminism dies. May it die, and may it be a quick death. F feminism. F it. may it rot in hell. Thank you, Behinds. Appreciate you, bro. Nonsense movement. It's ruined families, bro. It's ruined.
Yeah.
It's ruined a couple of my friends' families' feminism. Cause I've seen women switch
Yeah.
up for no reason, bruv.
Well, also, it's prevented very highly educated and wonderful women from actually getting married and having children. So they're essentially sterile from day one because of the philosophy. And I have quite a number of friends who are like this. And I'm just kind of looking at them and I was like, I would have been so happy to have met your children. I would have told them stories about you. I would have loved to have babysit them. I would have loved to have known them. In fact, if I would have had kids, I would have loved for our kids to be playing together because it would have just been so amazing for us to share that history, right? And instead, it's nothing. Zero. And you're kind of looking at it like you're prime stock for rebreeding, for reproduction, for breeding. What's wrong? Well, it's a philosophy. And you're like, okay, no, sorry for you. Oh well, it kind of did you in. I'm not. I'm taking it to my passport. I'm getting out of here.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Amazing second episode. Incredible. So brothers, we are in our last final 5 minutes. Okay, so if you have any questions, please hit in the PayPal super chat or please call in. If how long can you go on for? If someone new calls in, would that be a problem?
I'm fine. I can go on for a while. Yeah,
okay.
I've done quite a lot today, so I'm kind of like the Energizer Bunny.
Okay.
Keep on going. Yeah, I'm fine.
Adverts are hilarious. Those adverts. GSL. Go on, bro.
Some guy was just saying in the chat, I gotta address this. He says, why would you date a woman who makes less money? And I'm like, bro, men have been dating poor women since eternity. And the reason why we do this is because we don't care about her cash flow. We care if she's fit, friendly, feminine, fertile, big one, fertile. And if she is, we know anyway that if she's going to make kids, that she's out. She cannot work. We accept that. So we have to be the ones making the money. This is why we look for certain women and we don't assume that they're going to be making money. If you're in the West and you're depending on a woman or you're saying that she's supposed to make 50%, I understand this only from the point of view that so many Western women destroy their marriages that they might as well pay into it so that when they leave, they're just taking their money they paid out. They paid into it, right? So you're not losing. That makes sense. But if you're dealing with a woman who's actually loyal and who's going to make a family with you, you don't do that. You pay 100%. You do it. So if you're using your passport, of course you're paying 100%. You don't care what you don't care what her education is or that. You care about her family values and how beautiful she is. That's it. Fit, friendly. She's going to stick around. That's what I just saw this one meme. It was kind of funny. She says, there was a woman saying, look, women, Punani has raised more women out of poverty than any university education ever has. So remember the power of the Punani. And I was like, you're entirely correct. Because, again, my girl, she's hot. She's beautiful, right? She has a master's degree, highly educated, beautiful. She doesn't work. When I met her, she barely was making any money. She doesn't have to make any money. She's fine, but she doesn't. She's under my wing. She's fine, but she's hot. That's what I got. I got a hot chick.
No. You're speaking facts there, Phil, and and brothers. I want to go longer for this live stream, but you gotta support, man. Because I have work literally in 5 hours, so I want to go on longer, but you gotta support. I would love to do this full time in the future, but right now I'm not getting enough support. So if you want me to carry on with this live stream, hit the PayPal, hit the super chats, join that Patreon, support. Please support the movement and the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. I don't blame him for that question because a lot of young men think like that nowadays. they're being raised in the high schools as colleges, right, to accept boss chicks, right? Accept these, aspiring chicks who want to be directors, who want to be lawyers, etc., etc. However, women who work professional jobs are headaches. They let their jobs dictate who they are
Mm-hmm.
internally and externally. Oh, I do this, or I make this much money, or I'm a lawyer, I'm a director. I don't give a damn about that, bruv. I don't give a damn. Are you a virgin? Do you have a low body count? Are you clean? Right? Can you cook? Can you clean? Okay. Are you great to speak to? Are you good looking? Do you do your nails every 2 weeks? Right? Are you beautiful? And that's it. Shut the hell up and let's get married. I don't give a damn how much money you make. It's crazy, bruv. But
Yeah.
we're being mentored to go after chicks that earn like you, become a power couple. I don't give a damn about being a power couple, bruv. What's all that about, bruv? A power
No,
couple.
I don't
Hold on,
care
Theo.
about it either.
Hold on, bro.
Yeah, this power couple.
Raise my kids, right? Raise my kids. F being a power couple. Raise little Johnny and raise little Lisa. And that's what I want. That's all I want from you. F being a power couple.
Yeah.
Go on, Theo.
No, I want her to be a super mom. Of course, I want to be a super dad too, but I want her to be a super mom. I don't even care about being a power couple. I want people when we go see the football match and our kids are playing football, they're out there, I want parents to think that we are great parents. That's what I thought. I want also people to think that our kids are amazing. Like, wow, like we're so glad that your kids are friends with our children. That's the kind of situation that I want. I don't want people to be thinking like, oh yeah, that Theodore and his wife are like power couple and they're rich. Nope. I want them to think that we're all down to earth. And then me, again, think about me and my like $600,000 salary, right? I put together a budget with like a woman who's making $100,000 in the West, how much she would cost me with my situation. And I said basically her demands, her living expectations would cost me $300,000 a year. And I sat back and I said, it's not worth it. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to give that to you. I work too damn hard for me to give you like half of my salary to adhere to your expectations. It's not going to happen. And I sat back and was like, there's no way, you can't do it. I would say, guys, just write out a budget. Especially some guy was saying on there talking about a broke Western woman. Yeah, a broke Western woman, again, in the West, if you're making under $100,000 a year and you're dating a broke Western woman, you should not be there because she's going to financially destroy you. So make sure you get your money up and look at her money a little bit. But you got to think about how much childbirth really costs in the United States and what her expectations are. They're going to be, I always say, the woman's expectations are going to be at least 2.5 times greater than her current consumption if she's in a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to really think about that and how much money you really have. So in that case, go use your passport because it'll go really far abroad. And she doesn't have that 2.5 times expectation abroad. Not at all. It does not happen.
Facts. Shout out to Mr. Joseph Ashbury for the $30 super chat. Joseph, welcome back, brother. It's been a minute. Hope you're well, brother. He says, support people. Media costs time and money. Yes, indeed, brothers. Doing this takes a lot of time and money off my hands. Not only do I do live streams 3 times a week or 2 times a week, I teach Python once a week. I do my video editing a couple days a week. I literally have no free time. So, brothers, please support the movement. Please support what I do. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you, Joseph. Amazing live stream. I'm at a point where when I see the Keke scenario, when I see what's happening with Jonah Hill, when I see how crazy the West is going, I'm becoming more conservative. And a couple of years ago, I was very liberal. I was a liberal dude. But being liberal did nothing for me. My life didn't improve. The world got worse. Women got more horrible. And when I was liberal, I got no chicks But when I started being more conservative, I got chicks. I mean, I'm becoming very conservative, extremely conservative. I'm just sick of what I'm seeing in this country, in the West. The same for you, Theo?
Yeah, because the women want structure and conservative men have structure. And when we were doing the liberal thing, which a lot of us were, we thought that it would be because for rights and historical injustices that needed to be done. We kind of agreed with that it needed to be done that way. We needed some sort of addressing like colonialism, things like that, right? But what happened is that the left kept on moving left, and then they got a rocket ship onto the left and went really far left. And then we're sitting back thinking, okay, you've gone too far. Like you have like really like you're in a situation you have gone so far that we cannot make a family. So we the buck stops with us. We're done. Like that's it. We can't go as far left as you are. So yeah, colonialism is wrong. Abusing worker labor is wrong. Domestic violence is wrong. Equal pay for equal work is right. Of course, if it's equal and they're doing the same contribution, they have the same salary. We got that. Okay, we got. But we're not going. We're still humans. We gotta make babies. It's not hard to do. So you can't do that. You think being a mother is some sort of exploitation, and now you think I should accept someone who wasn't born a woman, and I should have a relationship? Well, no, we're done. No, we're done. We're over. Done.
That.
Bye.
You must be mad.
Yeah, that's it. No, we're good. And that person could go online and get banged out. And if I have a problem with it, I'm controlling and she'll lose 50% of my assets. Bye. We're done. Bye. We're over. It's over. Bye-bye. No, you're loony. You're loony. It's not that I'm conservative. I'm not crazy. Right. There's only so much I can take here. All right, we're done.
Facts, bro. Shout out to Intellect again for the 6th time tonight. Intellect, you've been a huge supporter tonight. Thank you, brother. That means a lot to me for the $5 super chat. Thank you, IP and Theo. First time hearing about this weekly show, and I already love it. Thank you, bro. A lot more weekly shows coming in the future every Monday. Don't you miss it, brothers. Don't you miss it. Thank you for the support, Intellect. Shout out to Mr. B Irons for the $2 super chat. YouTube won't let me post my above comment as super chat. Hold on, let me check. So he says men not wanting to be with broke women shows Western programming / emasculation. Yes, I agree with that. Men should only care about virginity, personality, and loyalty. Hit the spot right there. You hit the spot right there. Break it down for us, Phil.
Oh, I totally agree with that. For me, I don't care about her first time. I care about if she has like second and above. I always think that the first time is kind of biological, so things happen. So I don't mind that one personally. But after what she does afterwards, that's when I actually am critical. But her personality, 100%. Her family values, 100% loyalty. Her ability to add. Her ability to give value to the family, her ability to give birth. That's huge. It's massive. Listen, I'm surprised how many Western women think that a man should get married without him having children. She'll never give him children. And they think that's just fine. I'm like, why should he be financially exposed to you that way? And actually sign a legal document. What are you, nuts? And they think it's just fine, like they're worth it. I'm like, no, you ain't. Like you're La La Land, but they think it's fine. So the ability to make a family, the ability to nurture a family, the ability to actually promote the line after I'm dead as a grandmother, and so our grandkids have something, and they're learning from grandma. I want all of that to be in there. Man, I want to all be a part of the mix. I'm not playing around here. So these Western women cannot do it. They have this programming. How do you want the grandmother to your grandkids to not know if she's a man or a woman? I mean, really?
Wow.
I like, huh? No, man, nah. I want grandma to be laying it down and say like, hey, yeah, this is what the rules of the family are. This is what we expect. I'm like, yeah, do that, grandma. Make some cookies too.
Shout out to Mr. Eric Mogadishu for the 299 Australian dollar super chat. Eric, you gotta reach out to me on the DMs, bro. I know you're in Australia. Let's get you on the channel for you to share your experience in Australia. Look at the new Miss Netherlands. The West is done. I saw that, brother. I was sickened. Almost threw up. She's not a miss. She's a dude. She's Mr.
Oh,
Netherlands. Mr.
oh,
Netherlands.
I saw that, and I made that comment in one of the groups. I said, there's the second place is the loser. Can I have her? I'll take a loser. Because the loser was pretty hot. Yeah, the second place was.
And
she's
a woman.
And she's pretty hot.
And she's a woman.
Yeah.
She isn't a dude. She's a woman. So this so-called Miss Universe should be Mr. Universe. She's not a miss. It's not a miss. He's not a miss. He's a he. And that's how it is. And if you got a problem with that, tough.
And they accept it. I was like, and I was like, what's next? Like, put her on, put it on Sports Illustrated. Like, oh no, I'm done. Nah, that's it. We're over. Done. It's done. So yeah.
Thank God for the Middle East, Africa, Asia that has sense. Thank God for those continents. I hope that they gain influence in the near future. The West needs a religious awakening. Okay, I'm at a point where if Islam gets popular in the West, I don't care. I hope it gets even more popular. That's what it needs right now. That's what it needs.
Yeah. Well, also these foreign women, it's never been such a great time to be a foreign woman, especially if she's operating with the West, because she could just turn around and say, "Hey, Western guys, I'm a woman." That's it. I mean, I have traditional values. I can cook, and I'm a woman, and she's happy in her femininity. I definitely agree. It's never been a great time for Islam to take over. And I don't always agree with Islam, right? I just want to say, but I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, these guys got to clean up.
Yeah.
Because they have the structure, everything's in place, and they have harmony, and things are good. So, yeah, the women have their place, the man has his place. You hear how Muslim women are talking. They're like, yeah, the man's the man. They don't have any confusion. They know what a man is. So, yeah, this is messed up.
Do you know what I like about Islam culture? Because actually, the other day, right, there was an Islam couple, right? They weren't from the UK, and they asked me for help, right? The woman hardly looked at me. She looked away, and she was far behind the man. I was only speaking with the man. I loved that dynamic. You know, okay, you're getting banned, bruv. Get out of here, you nasty mofo. Get out of here, bruv. Jesus Christ. So like throwing up now, bruv. So as I was saying, bruv, you know, it was only me speaking with the man. The woman paid me no attention. That's how it should be. Keep your woman in check. If she's not your brother, your husband, or a male cousin, she should not be speaking to any other male dude. And that's what I love about Islamic culture. But Western women will call that oppressive, blah, blah, blah. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. That's how you know these Western chicks are not wifeable. Just be a single woman. Just be a single woman and let dudes run through your box and die off.
Yeah, I agree. Again, with this Muslim women, I actually really respect how they act, and so sometimes I'll be in a situation where I'm in public and I'm talking with someone and I don't know she's Muslim, but then I'll see like something on there. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, and she looks at me and just smiles, just like it's okay because you didn't know. And I was like, all right, and then I respect it and I don't talk to her because I know I'm not supposed to, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing about the culture because she has her pride in who she is, and she's decent, and I respect those women. Whereas you got Western women, you're like, so did you have one train or two trains ran on you? I mean, like, how much are you making on the side? Really? Okay, I don't want to deal with that. Like, that's really too much. That's it. I don't have respect for that. So, man, West is done. What can we say?
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Um, so great live stream so far. We can go on for another 15 minutes. Keep the momentum going. We can go on longer if the support flows, but I'm happy to go on for another 15 minutes. Amazing live stream so far. As you can see, the frustration is building up. Because I've been seeing this play out for a long time now, over 10 years now. It just kept getting worse after year. I remember back then they had the whole what's it called? What was that called? The feminists in pink hats complaining about nothing. I was like, come on, man. What are you complaining about? They're complaining about, not being able to sleep around, being judged for being a HOE. I mean, that's what it's come down to in the West.
So this is what I would say with Western women at this point. I always say, we're not stopping you from being an HOE. If you want to go out, it's not for me to say one thing or another. However, I can determine the standard regarding the women with whom I interact. And if I don't like your history, I don't have to interact with you. It's the way it is. And it's not a shaming thing. It's called me having standards. And then in particular, if I don't want to wife you, I don't have to. And then the women, would reply, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so watch us become passport bros. And then they go nuts. And I'm like, look, we already stated this before. We have options, and we can date women who adhere to our standards. And we're not being controlling. We're just getting women who are going to be great wives. And we don't think that's going to be you. And if you think otherwise, that's cool for you. You can promote yourself all you want. That's not for me to say one way or another. But I'm not buying it. So, ta-da. Enjoy yourself. But we're not trying to change you. We're going off and making families. You're not a part of that mix.
Yep. I'm very happy to announce that I literally don't have any Western friends. The only time I speak to a Western woman is at my workplace and at the cashier where she's packing up my bags. Good morning. There's only 5 phrases I always say to a Western woman. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and goodbye. Nothing less, nothing more, and cop the merch as well to wear that shirt. I wear that shirt and they're looking at me funny. They're looking at me funny. Like, what does that even mean? Yeah. Come and say something to my face. That's how I feel about you, Western women. Cop that shirt, brothers.
Yeah, I like that shirt. I like it a lot. I wear it on airplanes. So yeah, they're looking at me funny. I'm like, I don't care. What do you expect? What are you gonna do? We're 35,000 feet up in the air. I can do it. I can say what I want. You can't really do anything. You have to have cameras around because they might say something wrong about you, like you've done something when you didn't even know she existed, right? So I'm just like, dude, done. They can figure it out. Again, they're strong and independent. I think your points are all really valid. They have to figure out what they want and what the results are that they want. And then, so we're doing this is Kevin Samuel's point. What outcome do you want? And is the process you're employing promoting or progressing towards that outcome? Because if it's not, you need to reevaluate your process, right? Or change your outcome. I have quite a number of Gen X friends who are single women, and they're stunned that they are not married or they don't have any children. They're single still, and they say certain things, but you look at their posts, you look at what they're doing, you're like, you're in a state of mental decay. You're actually dying inside, and it's very obvious you don't have a man around, and you're craving one. So okay, just keep up that strong and independent thing. How is it doing for you? Like, show it to us. And they're like, oh yeah, we're blah blah blah. I remember I showed on Facebook. I showed my girl, my Ukrainian girl, and like 4 or 5 Western single mothers blocked me on Facebook. I was like, what do you expect? Think of all the money I make. Do you think I'm really going to go out with you and you can't have my kid? I mean, really? You really think I was going to sim for you? And they really thought so. I'm like, no, man. No. It's not the way it works.
If a woman is age 30, right, and she's single, she don't exist to me. I'll keep it real with you. She's
Mhm.
a baby, she's a single mother, or she ain't got no man. I'm keeping away like a bias. If you're a passport bro, you work in IT, you're in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, you should only be going after women in their 20s for family. There's a reason why we go for that. 21, 22, 23, 24, and it's very possible. You come correct, you're a solid dude, they will be fawning all over you. Let me tell you this right. As a Western man, you are extremely privileged. Okay, you earn either dollars, pounds, Canadian currency, or another strong currency. You work in a very respectable field. There isn't a lot of guys like you. Women will be chasing after you. There's a reason why these women's eyes go wide. Okay, when they hear you work in IT. It was the same case in Japan when I was there, and I told him, yeah, shigoto wa IT desu. IT, hi, IT, hi. Yep. Same in Panama. Same in Germany. They know that there ain't many dudes like you. So you may be 50s, 60s, 40s, 30s. You can easily get a chick 25 and below, 26 below. When a woman reaches 30, she don't exist to me. I'll keep it real with you. I ain't dealing with no chick that's 30 or above. F that, bruv. You must be out of your goddamn mind. She gotta be a fresh fruit. She gotta be a fresh fruit that I can pick from the tree and munch all over. Organic.
The thing that I look at, again, I'm 50, and I've been watching this in the West for like the last 15 years. And you just have this, like, you basically have a wave of women, like their early 30s. They start dating around, like, even more. And then, like, their hormones kick in and they want guys a lot more. And then they have this la land regarding right around 35, like 33 to 35, 36. And they have various reactions to it. That's usually when the wall hits. And then you got this like 36 to 40, like we're on 39, somewhere around there, where they're kind of like in a negotiation stage. And they're still like, I'm still here. You can still marry me. I can still make a kid. We can still do IVF, right? And like I'm still here. I'm still sexy. Come get me. And I'm just kind of looking at them like, why didn't you figure this out 10 years ago? You should have. And why didn't? And who are you dating? And it's always the same story again and again. It gets old as the years go by, and you're just like, no, man. I think this is on you. I think you made these choices. You made these decisions. This has nothing to do with men at all. This is all you. And all you have to do is wait for another one to come and another one. And they're just always the same, just small variations because they think they're unique. Well, I'm like, it's the same outcome. So I'm not going to deal with you. And then what I always say is, we talk about the wall being at 35. I always say that there's at 40 is the great silence. And at that point, a lot of women, especially online, usually go silent. They don't really talk that much because their friends who are married with children are showing all these photos of their family. And those women become, like, women with families become all powerful. Whereas the women without families who are single, they're like a withering flower. They're gone. Their days are over. And they know it. And so they just become quiet. They don't really say that much. And they're kind of still hoping for the guy. And you see this, they have like these like I don't know, inspirational quotes and things like that. But they never have a man. They never have a relationship. They never have financial stability within a relationship. That's it. And their money, this is another time, this is when they see that their money starts tapering off. So, like, they thought they're going to make so much money in their career, and they find out they're really in a red ocean. So their income, like, starts, tapering out. It's not increasing as much. Whereas the men's income has finally skyrocketed, and they're making real cash, and they're not turning around for these 40-year-old women. They're going for women who are 25. Straight out. That's it.
Yep.
Or they're using their passports. And so the women have no options. That's it. They're done. So I love watching it.
Yeah, it's same, bro. I love seeing the breakdown of a modern Western woman. I love seeing her just breaking down day by day, line by line, text by text, year by year. You made your own poor decisions. You stepped around. You only dealt with the bad boys. You're a single mother now. Now you have no value because you're in your early 30s. You're a single mother. Okay. No right thinking man is gonna date a single mother and a child. He's not stupid. No high value man. So tough. Absolutely tough. And you deserve it. You deserve it for being a stupid idiot. You deserve it.
Yeah, I say they deserve it. They made that bed, and I got good friends who are like this, and I'm like, you had these options before. They were there. You drove the men crazy. I saw you do it. And then you started talking about manipulation and blah blah blah. I'm like, you sound like every other Western woman. You have the same playbook. It gets old because these guys who you said you dropped them, they go off and date someone 10 years younger, and they have successful relationships. Where are you? So what were you saying before? That you were being used? No, you weren't being used at all. So I get it gets old. I like seeing this. It just keeps on increasing. I want to see. When we're talking about like that one figure that by 45% of Western women by 2030 will be single without any kids, right? I'm like, you didn't calculate what the manosphere was going to do. I don't think it's going to be 45. I think it's going to be like 55 to 60%.
Jeez.
It's just coming because now they just had another figure come out. They're like, what is it? 25%, somewhere around there. 25% of men over the age of 40 have never been married. And if that's that now, I can't even imagine what it's going to be in 2030.
Yeah,
it's going to be huge. That number is going to be also not, and I know they're going to try to spin it and say the men weren't good enough. These men are going to become passport bros. Then what are they going to do? Facts,
man. Brothers, get into IT before it becomes 2030. Please don't wait 10 years. Okay. Awesome live stream. So we're gonna wrap up in 3 minutes. Theo, it's been a fantastic live stream at 2 hours 30 minutes. Another successful second day. So this is a weekly show hosted by me and Theo. We will speak about obviously passport bro content, current news content, etc. Self-improvement. So join us every Monday evening and vibe with us, man. Vibe with us. Okay. So I got the Japan stream this week that I'll be doing this weekend. I'm looking forward to sharing my Japan experience. And I got a special stream for you coming this week as well. I won't tell you, but you like it a lot. There's going to be a lot of new intel that's going to shock you, brothers, particularly if you're a brother that loves the sisters, but obviously foreign sisters. Ooh, don't miss it, brothers. Don't miss it. So amazing. So Theo, what's your closing statement, brother?
It's a good podcast. I liked it a lot. Look, if the Western women, if you're dealing with women who cannot adhere to your standards, and your standards aren't controlling, like really, they're modest, like what these men have, and you got these women who are going out there, they're They're wanting to twerk, show themselves. They're on social media doing the same thing, always displaying themselves, always looking like they're single. Guys, drop them. Don't even have them around. You're not losing anything. You're actually gaining yourself. Don't be like the cleanup guy. That's not your role. Let them go. Do not deal with them at all. And those women will figure it out on their own. They're strong and independent. They're educated. They can do it on your own. You deserve better. You should use your passport, get your money up, use your passport, go abroad, and find an amazing woman and actually have a decent marriage with her. Again, we always advocate marriage because that's where you have stability, that's where you have happiness. But this is what I'm saying, marriage abroad. Don't bring her to the West. You stay abroad with her. Go back to the West every once in a while for work, but you live outside the West. And again, when I was in Japan, I did this when I was married. I had no problems with this. I was in paradise. So you guys can do it as well. Anyway, thanks for having me up here, IP. I had a good time. Guys, cop the merch. Yes, go join IP's Python class. Do the IT. There's a wonderful world for you, and we're trying to make it happen for you. So I'm going to go ahead and drop. Thanks, and I'll see you again next week.
Thank you, Theo. Theo, can you send me the link to the Manosphere conference, please? I want to share that with a brother who's interested in going
Sure,
there,
I will.
please.
Yeah,
Thank
I'll
you,
go.
brother. All right. Awesome. Peace out, Theo. Awesome. So, brother, a great podcast here, brother. A great live stream. So, can you, brothers, please make sure you join Patreon, book your IT consultation via the calendar. That's all in the description box of this video. Join the Patreon, book your IT consultation. And yeah, I've had a great time in this live stream. So, are you brothers enjoying the weekly Passport Bro show so far? Press a 1 in the chat if you are enjoying it. Okay, let me know. Awesome, awesome. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master, Mr. International, Intellect. Shout out to you, Intellect, for the support tonight. Thank you, bro. That means a lot, Intellect. Thank you so very much. Zane. Awesome, awesome. We're going to make this podcast go viral, man. I'm telling you. The word is going to get out. The word will get out. Eric, send me a DM, bro, please. And Pooh, what's up, Pooh? I sent you a DM on IG, bro. I hope you safely arrived in the country that we were discussing, brother. Let me know if you arrived safely, brother. It seems you have, but I hope you're well, Pooh. Pooh in the building. Eric, send me a DM, bro. And any of you brothers that have been to a country recently that want to come on the channel for an interview, please, send me a DM on IG. Mr. International, been a minute, bro. Hope you're keeping well, Mr. International. Been a minute. OG member, he's been there since 2020, Mr. International. I remember the brother 2020, 2021. Hopefully you call in one day, bro. Hopefully you come in one day, brother. Looking forward to hearing from you very soon, bro. Okay, awesome. Did you brothers like my 2 recent uploads on Mongolian women and the reaction video that I dropped yesterday? So did you enjoy that reaction video? Did you like the format, how it looked, the new style, you know, the video moving in the background? Let me know what you thought about my latest reaction video in the live stream comments. Please give me feedback, what I can improve, etc. And let me know what you thought about that Mongolian woman video. Do you like that format as well, when I show the videos of the woman there while I put a voice over? Please let me know if you like that format, brothers. Give me all the feedback before I end the live stream, man. I want to make better content for you, brothers. Okay, I want to make better clips for you, brothers, man. So please let me know. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. feel free to DM me. Feel free to hey IP. And if you have any videos you want me to react to, if you have any videos you want me to react to, send that to me on IG, bro. Send it to me on IG. Send me a DM on IG. I will answer any IG DMs, providing that you're not a troll. Okay. I'm gonna get more bigger, and I'm still gonna be the same. Okay. I'm like Theo. I'm a humble dude. Okay. I'm a humble dude, brothers. Okay. I'm very humble. So send me a DM. I will answer. If I reach 100K subscribers, 1 million subscribers, I will answer DMs. Don't care, brothers. Okay, that's who I am. I love communicating with brothers in this passport space, brothers that watch my channel. I'm at 30K subs, and I'm still the same IP that I was, many years ago. I've gone from 0 subscribers to 30K. So I want to say thank you, brothers, for supporting me, man. Okay, supporting me. Thank you, Mr. International. Mr. International, OG member, OG. Press a 5 in the chat if you remember Mr. International. How long have you brothers been on this? How long have you been on this platform? Mr. International was here at the very beginning, man. So he's an OG member. It's been a minute, bro. Hope you're well, brother. Hope you're well. Amazing live stream, man. Amazing live stream. Okay. More. Okay. Thank you, TMOT, for the feedback. Okay. Awesome. Don't worry. It's going to be a mixture of different topics: foreign woman, modern woman, IT stuff, traveling. I got plans to travel very soon as well. I'm trying to figure out what country next. I'm gonna give you brothers all the content you need, man. But I'm gonna need you to support, share my content around, to like-minded brothers. We have to get this channel where it should be, man. Super happy. So yeah, so looking forward to dropping more reaction videos, more videos like Mongolian woman clips. Yeah, I'm going to keep dropping that classics for you, brothers. So brothers, send me a DM on IG for videos that I can react to, please, and how you're finding videos that I can react to, because I'm new to this reaction game. So I'm kind of finding it hard where to go to find reaction videos. So if you can help me out with that and send me a DM, that would be greatly appreciated, man. That would be greatly appreciated. Look forward to my Japanese stream. I came back from Japan in May, and I've not done my personal experience as to how Japanese women treated me. I'm going to be doing that this Saturday. So this Friday, so this Friday evening, look out for the Japan stream, 5:30 p.m. EST or 9:30 p.m. EST. I'll be breaking down my own personal experience on Japan and Japanese women. Spoiler alert, Japanese women are checking heavy for brothers. They were checking heavy for me. So if they're checking for me, they're definitely checking for brothers. Oh man, it's going to be a classic. So brothers, appreciate all you brothers, man. Have a great week ahead, and I'll see you brothers on my next video. Peace out, brothers.